We're back! I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking with that greeting. I'm sorry. But yes, we are back with more dramatical murder. Oh yes. I feel like I swear I almost got spooked. I'm like, hold on. Wait, what do you mean I'm still at the Humdrum Junk shop? Forgot that we restarted the day here. I almost freaked out. It's like, no! You're telling me I didn't save it? But yeah. Finally can get some time. Whew. In between streaming and working on my visual novel and doing collabs. It's like I have time, then also feels like I don't have time. You know? Let us continue. The next day, I go to work like usual. Mr. Haga is doing inventory when I get in. The first thing I do after I put my bag behind the counter and set Ren down is go over to Mr. Haga. I have to apologize for what happened yesterday. Yes, when I blacked the fuck out.
はい。昨日は配達すみませんでした。え？ああ、いえいえ。そのことはもう。
His expression darkens, scaring me a bit. Maybe the customer yelled at him after I lost the package. If that's what happened, it's all on me.
本当にすいませんでした。できれば俺からもちゃんとお客さんに謝りたいんですけど。そのことなんですけどね。
Mr. Haga adjusts his glasses with a worried look on his face.
昨日の荷物、事前支払いが済んでしまっていたので、とにかく返金か再配達か伺いたくて、あの後も連絡を取ろうといろいろやってみたんです。コントロールセンターにも問い合わせてみたんですが、全くダメで。ダメ？はい。
ダメ。
さっぱり連絡が取れないんです。届け先と依頼主が同じだったので、住所を調べてみたんですが、住んでいるのは違う名前の人で、品物についても全く覚えがないと言われてしまって。それってつまりいたずらってことですか？その可能性が高いですね。何のためにそんなことをしたのかはわかりませんけど。
He's right. If it was a prank, what would the prankster even get out of it? They already paid for the item. They'd just be out that money.
このまま何事もなければいいのですが、なんとなくすっきりしませんね。そうですね。
I was dragged into that rhyme battle during that delivery. Could they be related? An air of unease hangs over us, but there's no more time to look for answers.
おっと、仕事。
No work. Mr. Haga hurries out of the shop. I don't like leaving it like this, but Mr. Haga's investigation turned up nothing, and I have no further clues.
さてと、俺も仕事っと。
Resolved to forget about it, I take my place behind the counter. Honestly, that's the best thing you can do. Forget about it. The morning passes uneventfully. After breaking for lunch, I start my afternoon shift. Mr. Haka's out, leaving me alone in the shop.
はい。では、またのご利用をお待ちしております。
I take a breather after getting off the phone with a customer. The usual voice trick worked on this guy, so I managed to sell him all sorts of crap. It was a little annoying, though. He'd called before, and really hadn't wanted to hang up. I'm still shaking off my disgust when the doorbell rings. A customer? I stop leaning on the counter and stand up straight. Oh, it's them again.
AOBA 遊びに来たぞ。
お前らかよ。
It's just the evil trio. I let out an exaggerated sigh and go back to leaning on the counter. Nothing good ever comes from them showing up.
どうせ悪さするんだろうが、帰れ。
青葉うざい。うざー。あんたは黙ってなさいよね、青葉。
These stupid brats. They immediately find Junker and start chasing him around.
あ、いたわよ。待って待って。捕まえろ。お掃除。
Poor Junker. Junker flees as fast as he can. He's clever for an old mate and surprisingly agile too, so he's not exactly easy to catch, but that only makes the brats more determined.
こらこらこらこら、お前ら走るな。
あ、待って。あんたたち早く捕まえなさいよ。
You know what I think is adorable though? At least, like on their heads in some form, they kind of look like little mouse ears. Actually kind of cute. Oh, no. No, I swear to everything holy. If a kid actually like yelled that loud in my ear, I was gonna have some choice words for their parent. Hold on, that shelf is wobbling. That cardboard box sure looks like it's about to fall. You know what you gotta do, Alba. I probably should get up and stop it. The thought is a moment too late.
ああ、
やだ、なんか壊れた。
壊れたじゃねえ。お前ら。
うわ、青葉が怒った。怒った。短気な男は嫌われるわよ。
Girl, nobody asked you. You're like what? 7?
こら、お前も。
I grabbed the three of them by their collars and tossed them out of the shop. Ah! I'm sorry. I'm just imagining him just grabbing them and tossing them out of the store. Oh my god. That sounds so funny. Alright. Honestly deserved though.
うるさいうるさい。大人を怒らせると怖いんだぞ。
I put my hands on my hips, doing my best impression of an intimidating teacher.
たく、いつもいたずらばっかしやがって。ちょっとは反省しろ。ほんでとっとと家に帰れ。
They're definitely not gonna think about it, I can assure you of that.
うっさい、黙れバカ。
Well.
バカ青葉。あんたダサいのよ、いちいち。
Oh.
お前らな、いいから言うこと聞け。
The brats take off running. Damn it. That was pretty immature, even for me. Those brats just really get to me, you know? I guess I better clean up the mess they left. Sheesh. I thought I heard something just now.
うわ。
The fuck? Something fell out of the sky. Oh. What? It looks like a man. But a man from the sky. He's lying face down on the pavement. He's not dead, is he? The man gets up groaning. He's alive. The relief is fleeting though. When the man looks up, I freeze. He doesn't have a face. No, wait, that's a gas mask.
ああ、びっくりしました。
The man looks around, ruffling his hair. He seems fine, but sounded like he hit the ground pretty hard. How hard did he hit it? Are we talking like pavement cracking kinda? No, not even pavement, like skull splattering kinda hard, or what? And why is he wearing a gas mask? He turns to look at me. I blink and hold my breath, hoping he'll ignore me and go away. No such luck. He walks right up to me.
マスター、無事で何よりです。
Oh.
え
Right, like, oh, what do you mean, master? Oh, who are you? Master?
マスターの声がしたので来ました。
What the hell is he talking about?
どうかしましたか？
Yes! Who are you?
多分人違いだと思うんですけど。
人違い？
俺、マスターとかいう人じゃないし。
いえ、マスターはマスターですよ。
だから違いますって。俺あんたのこと知らないし。
そんなはずはありません。僕は昨日マスターをここへ運んだクリアです。
クリア！昨日運んだ？
Yesterday. Come to think of it, I woke up here after getting sucked into that rhyme battle.
もしかして、お前が俺にライムを仕掛けたのか？
I couldn't see the rabbit guy's face, and I think he had a similar outfit.
いいえ、それは僕ではありません。ですが、僕はマスターがマスターだと思ったのでここへ運んできました。
We're going in circles.
昨日、マスターの声が聞こえました。破壊と死。
え？
It sounds kind of familiar.
なんでお前がその言葉。
Suddenly he pinches my cheeks. I was like, why is the screen moving like that?
マスター、なんだか昨日とは違いますね。どこが違うかというと説明が難しいのですが、強いて言うなら顔も声もだらしないように思います。
What does that even mean? The guy in the gas mask shakes his head with a sigh. What is with this guy?
ゲーヒ、離れよ。
はい。
Damn, that hurt. What's wrong with this guy? He cocks his head to the side, puzzled, as I rub my cheeks with tears in my eyes.
再度お尋ねしますが、あなた本当にマスターですよね？
I don't know!
だから違うって言ってんだろ。
それはありません。
Then why would you ask? I take some deep breaths, trying to cool my head. Calm down. He's just trying to get you riled up. I decide to turn the tables. He's playing dumb, but maybe he'll show his true colors if I piss him off enough. If he was the rabbit head guy from yesterday, I have every intention of delivering some payback.
おい。
I launch a kick at his— ooh.
ああ、
He arches backward, clutching his butt.
そんなマスター、やめてください。
は？
He sinks to his knees, wailing.
やめてください、マスター。これ以上はもう割れません。
Huh? Yeah, no way he's the same guy. I should get this over with and send him on his way.
とにかく俺はマスターじゃないし、あと仕事あるから戻るんで、じゃ。
僕は
Damn.
どうすれば？
帰れよ。
わかりました。
He nods obediently and starts digging around in his pockets. Slowly, he pulls out a vinyl umbrella. How the hell did that fit in there? Oh, I swear, sometimes I forget that this game actually has choices. Like, I know it's not a kinetic visual novel, but sometimes I gotta feel like it. Might as well ask about it. White umbrella.
傘なんて出してどうするんだ？
I'm kind of curious.
はい、何がでしょうか？
いや、それ傘だよな。お前。
そうですね。それがどうかしましたか？
別に今雨降ってねえし、なんで出したんだ？
雨。ああ、 確かに雨の日は空から水滴が降ってくるので、傘を差せば濡れませんよね。今度からはそうしてみたいと思います。ありがとうございます。
I answered nothing.
ではまた。
He opens the umbrella, spins around, and walks away.
なんだったんだ。
I don't know, bro. I'm just as lost as you. I watch him go, shaking my head. Or, in slang, SMH.
店戻ろ
It feels like I had an encounter with a mischievous spirit or something. Let's pretend that never happened. When I get back inside, I find Junker all shaken up. Right, I completely forgot. Those brats made a complete mess of the shop.
う。はあ。
First the kids, then some weird guy in a gas mask. Today's just one of those days. Fighting off a wave of exhaustion, I start cleaning up. It is one of those days, huh? That evening, after I finish work, I head to Mizuki's with a package. We just gotten an order from Mizuki's shop, so I figured I'd take the opportunity to stop by. Mizuki's shop, the Black Needle, is just north of Humdrum Junk. It started as just a tattoo parlor, but after he turned the waiting room into a bar, it became something of a social spot too. Tattoos are pretty popular in the city, both as fashion statements and to indicate rib affiliation, so Mizuki's shop does pretty well. Of course, Mizuki is one of the artists, so he'd ink me if I asked. I have no interest in that stuff though. The sun is starting to set by the time I approach the Black Needle. This is dry juice territory. Gang members dot the area. I've gotten to know some of them through Mizuki, so I usually don't have any trouble passing through.
ああ、青葉さ
Hi.
おう、久しぶり。
ん、水木さんに用っすか？
うちに注文入ってたからさ、届けに来た。
水木さん、今たまり場ですよ。
そっか。じゃあそっち行ってみるわ。
It's not far. The dry juice base is huge, encompassing several alleys. It's expanded over time as their membership has grown. The members are scattered through the various alleys, but Mizuki can always be found in the same spot. He's standing in front of a staircase, covered with a large dry juice tag, talking to some of his members. He waves me over when he sees me.
毎度あり、平凡宅急便です。
ああ、頼んどいたやつか。サンキュー。
I hand him the package and send the receipt with my coil. Once Mizuki confirms that the delivery is complete.
わざわざありがとな。お前んとこの店ってマイナーなパーツも扱ってるから頼りになるよ。
店長に伝えとく。
この後はもう帰るのか？
なあ。
お疲れ。今から店戻るからさ。なんか飲んでけよ。
じゃあ、お言葉に甘えて。
Follow Mizuki out of that alley. Gang members greet him as we walk by. A few even bow formally, to which Mizuki smiles awkwardly in response. The Black Needle is tucked away in a black building, with only a little sign identifying it. Stepping through the door, I am immediately greeted by upbeat music. The waiting room, which also doubles as a bar, is much bigger than you'd think from the outside. In the dim light, I see a few people lounging on couches, reading magazines or chatting quietly. To the left is the front desk, and to the right is the bar. The door in the back leads to the tattoo studio. While I check out the shop, Mizuki starts talking to the part-timer at the front desk.
なんか今日客少ない？
I ask casually after Mizuki's finished. His expression darkens.
そうだな。
どうした？
いや、ほら、昨日話しただろ。神隠し。
ああ。
あれのせいもあると思うんだよな。客減ってんの。
え？ みんな怖がって出歩かなくなってるとか？
まだそこまでの影響は出てないだろうが、全体的に落ちてるっつか、空気がそんな感じ。
なるほどね。
あの後また情報が入ってな。本当か嘘かは全然わかんねえんだけど。
Mizuki beckons to me, his expression grave. I lean in.
チーム拉致ってんのやっぱりモルヒネだって話だ。
そんなわけねえだろ。だってモルヒネは。
モルヒネを見たってやつも出てきたらしいんだよ。
どうせ注目浴びたいバカの出任せだろ。そんなの信じるのか？
だから本当か嘘かわかんねえって言っただろ。人から聞いただけだしな。とにかく今リブのチームはみんな襲撃を受ける恐れがあるってんで殺気立ってる。まあでも
Mizuki flashes a defiant smirk.
モルヒネだろうとなんだろうとうちには関係ねえけどな。敵じゃねえし。
だな。
I return his smile, but something about this doesn't sit right with me. I think Mizuki's been a little too into Rib lately. I hope he doesn't run himself ragged.
そうだ、なんか飲むか？あっち行こうぜ。
I start toward the bar, but before I get there, a tattoo design display on the front desk catches my eye. It's framed, like it's important.
これ前からあった？
ああ、それいや、俺が尊敬する堀氏からもらったんだ。かっこいいだろ。神の腕前っつって有名な人なんだけど、店持ったりとかしてなくてさ、知り合いづてじゃないと掘ってもらえないんだよな。
一元さんお断りってことか？
そうそう。ちょっと前に偶然この店に来て、その時にもらったんだよ。なんかやっぱ普通じゃないオーラを感じる人だったな。
He seems genuinely happy. I guess he really liked the guy.
そんなにすごいなら俺も一回見てみてえな。
お前掘らねえんだろ？
うん。
He said no. I just want to meet him.
じゃ、ダメだ。
Damn.
どうしてもというなら100万円になります。
高っ！ぼったくりだろ。
My coil beeps while we're laughing.
ん？
It's a call from Delivery Works.
もしもし。はい。
I know it's you, Miss Yoshie.
どうしたんですか？はい。
Right, okay. Not my grandma!
ばあちゃんが？
No! No, say it isn't so. Hold on. Let me pause real quick before we get into the serious stuff. I'm gonna quickly eat. For you guys who are watching the video, you're probably not gonna see the long break I took, but you're right. After I get off the phone, I explain what happened to Mizuki and dash over to Delivery Works. According to Miss Yoshie, Granny collapsed on her way to a patient's house to deliver some medicine. She was near Delivery Works when it happened, so they brought her there. Okay, good. She's not dead. I run as fast as my legs will carry me. My heart is pounding and I'm out of breath. Adrenaline makes my toes and fingers tingle. Granny's collapsed from overwork before. Back then, it was my fault because I made her worry. I remember how I trembled with fear at the thought of losing her. I never want to feel like that again. I have to get there faster. Granny!
まったく大げさなんだよお前たちは。
That's the first thing out of her mouth when I burst through the door of Delivery Works. Granny is leaning back in a chair. When I see that she's alright, my legs almost give out beneath me. It turns out that Granny just threw out her back. That's why she collapsed. It wasn't a stroke or anything. The way Miss Yoshie described it, it sounded like something far more serious. She apologizes profusely after I arrive. To be honest, it does feel a bit anticlimactic, but I'm just glad she's alright. That said, Granny can't walk yet, so I have to carry her home. Damn, he's strong. Like me. Granny complains from her perch atop my back. I walk slowly to avoid jostling her too much.
しょうがねえだろ。みんな心配なんだよ、ばあちゃんのことが。俺だって。
私はまだまだ元気だよ。
それはよくわかってるけどさ。
Ren is so cute. Ren patters along behind us.
ちょっと動けなくなったくらいですぐ死んじまうみたいな扱いしやがって。
I mean, she's not wrong though. Miss Yoshie made it seem like woman done, like got into an accident.
いてて、蹴るなって。とにかく明日病院行こう。な。
Granny's agent's about to stop her from throwing a tantrum. The last thing I want is to drop her. Though, you know, Granny's pretty light. I've always had this image of her towering over me. Was she always this small? Plus, this is the first time I've carried her on my back like this.
昔は俺がよくおぶってもらってたんだよな。
ん？
いや、昔のこと。なんか思い出してさ。
お前はしょっちゅう一人でどっか行っちまってたからね。
一人で？
そうさ。ちょっと目を離すとあっという間にいなくなっちまう。
Sounds just like me when I was a kid.
そうなんだ。全然覚えてない。
寂しかったんだろうよ。
寂しかった？なんで？
お前が一人で出て行くようになったのは両親がいなくなってからだからね。
Aww.
ああ。
Right. I only have vague memories of my parents. But I do remember how Granny used to carry me on her back. Her smell and her warmth made me feel so safe.
まあ、お前もまだ小さかったからね。無理もないだろうよ。それが今じゃバカみたいに大きくなっちまって。
そりゃな。この年で子供の時と変わらなかったらさすがにな。
誰もそんなこと言ってるんじゃないよ。
ばあちゃん、昔みたいに俺のことを覚えれる？元気なうちにチャレンジしとく？
Bro, you break her back.
バカ言うな。私を殺す気かい。
That's what I'm saying.
冗談だって。ばあちゃん。
なんだい？
軽いな。
うるさいっつんだ。いて。
She slaps me upside the head hard. But it makes me happy for some reason. I smile to myself. I'm so glad Granny was okay. It makes me sad to think that one day she might not be there to smack me or yell at me anymore. I walk quietly down the darkening street, feeling her warmth against my back. Yeah, one day she won't be. Unfortunately. Next morning, I carried Granny to the neighborhood hospital. I made sure to ask Mr. Hauge for the day off just in case. We call it a hospital, but this is the old residential district. It's an old, cramped facility, understaffed and overcrowded. The building is falling apart, and not even the kindest of descriptions would include the word sanitary. Still, everyone there is kind. They've known Granny for a long time. They told us to come right in when I called. Granny hates going to the hospital, always insisting she can take care of herself, but today she behaves and lets them examine her. Maybe she's in more pain than she lets on. They tell us she's alright to recover at home, so I carry her back after the examination is over. When I put Granny to bed and sit down to take a break, she yells at me to get to work already. I want to stay and look after her, but she's not having any of it. I call Mr. Haga, who tells me I can come in now and early, so I give up and head for work. I'm standing behind my desk worrying about Granny when the message arrives. It's from Kojaku.
Mizuki?
Let's see, so I saw Mizuki earlier. He's acting weird. I tried to talk to him, but he just stared at me. I think he might have an easier time talking to you if something's eating at him. Call him when you get a chance, we'll talk more later. If Kojaku felt the need to message me about it, Mizuki must have really been acting strange. Maybe Mizuki's been pushing himself too hard. I head to the bathroom to call Mizuki.
Moshi, Mizuki?
At the sound of his voice, I feel a wash of relief.
いや、特に用ってわけじゃないんだけど。
なんだよ。昨日もあったってのに変なやつだな。
うん、いや、元気かなって思って。も
ちろん。なんでだ？
昨日会った時、ちょっと元気ねえなって思ったから。ちょっとだけだけど。
心配して電話してきてくれたのか。ありがとな。でも大丈夫だ。
本当に？
ああ。
そっか。じゃあ、また今度ゆっくり話そうぜ。
だな。そんじゃまた。
I head back to the counter with a sigh. Mizuki's voice didn't have its usual energy. He said he was fine, and I thought it better not to push the subject, but first Granny collapses, and now I have this to worry about. Though I hope my concerns are unfounded, they stay with me through the rest of the afternoon. I barely get any work done. Arriving home from work, I pull out my key with some apprehension. I hope Granny has behaved herself. But just as I put the key in the door...
あれ?
Don't tell me.
開いた.
The door isn't locked. Did I forget to lock it again?
やばすぎるだろ。中にばあちゃんいるのに。何かあったらどうすんだよ。
We live in a pretty tight night community? With the town being what it is, but burglaries are not at all uncommon. I listen carefully as I enter the house, feeling sick to my stomach. How could I be so careless? No sign of an intruder. I take off my shoes and head straight for Granny's room. I quietly open the door and peer inside. Granny is there, asleep under her comforter. Looks like she's fine. I heave a sigh of relief and close the door. I pause on the stairs. Something feels off. Granny is sleeping, so the house is quiet. Nothing is out of place. Maybe it was just my imagination. Dang it. Dang it. I'm pretty sure you guys could hear that I was so close to starting to sing it. Like, I swear, it was not intentional this time. I was trying my best not to do it. While pondering this, I climbed the stairs and opened the door to my room. At which point, I immediately realized that it wasn't my imagination at all. I'm not exactly proud of it, but my room has never been what you'd call clean. I had books and magazines piled up on the floor, plus all sorts of other stuff I left out because that was less annoying than cleaning it up. But I don't remember it being quite this bad. My room is a complete disaster. Looks like a tornado ripped through it. There isn't even anywhere to stand. All the shelves have been pulled out, and the table is upside down. But that isn't even the most unsettling thing amid the mess. A man is sitting in front of my computer, his back to me, like it's his own room, not mine. I mean, like it's his room, not mine. This is exactly what I was afraid of.
泥棒人の部屋で何やってんだよ
He looks up slowly, like he only just noticed I was there. I've never seen the man before. He looks about my age.
おかえり。
What?
はあ誰だよお前
Hooray!
なんで俺の部屋に
What do you mean I'm home? Of course I'm home!
つかさ、
He just ignores me as I stand there trembling with rage and taps the keyboard with his middle finger.
おい勝手に触んな
この中のデータ、さっぱりわかんねえんだけど。
What are you talking about?
ここに入ってるオールメイトの改造プログラムも複雑だし。あんた一体何なの？
知るかいいから出てけよ
He rises to his feet with a snort.
あんたさ、俺のこと知らねえの？
は
知ってると思うんだけど。
全然知らねえし人違いだろ
He stares right at me, then slowly opens his mouth.
この度はお越しいただき至極光栄。
What the fuck?
それでは楽しいゲームを始めよ
You're Usi? Oh, I was like, you're Usi? Where have I heard that before? I have a really bad feeling about this.
う。これでもわからない？
Pulls something out of his pants pocket. It's a keychain with a tiny rabbit head on the end. It's him! I guess he's satisfied with my reaction because he tosses the keychain aside and looks at me again.
演出としては結構面白かっただろう。宛先間違いの宅配便とか。
Oh.
お前あの時の辻切りかしかも宅配便って
Sorry. If you happen to hear that clap, there was... There's this goddamn little ass bug hanging around my desk. I thought I got it yesterday, but I guess not. I'm hoping this time I got it.
うちに発注したのもお前か
ああ。いろいろ調べたら、あんたがあの店で働いてるって分かったから、
What do you...
来てもらおうと思ってね。
What do you want from me?
別に金は払ってたし、そっちの店としちゃ特に損もしなかっただろう。
そういう問題じゃねえよ
It's really not. Anger wells up inside me as I remember how upset Mr. Haka was.
つかあんたさ、前もそうだったんだけど、俺とライムやった時何したんだよ。
Huh?
何の話だ
とぼけんな。どうやって俺に勝ったのかって聞いてんだよ。
勝った
Did I win that fight? I can't remember.
だんまりかよ。
違う
は？
あのライムの時最後は結局どうなったのか全然覚えてねえんだよ
He scowls a bit before returning to his deadpan expression.
そういう逃げ方するんだ。
He suddenly grabs me by the collar and slams me into the wall. This guy's stronger than he looks.
だったら実力行使だ。
Sure, but you're not gonna get
こ
anything.
っちの方が効きそうだしな。
話せよ
つかさ、本当に覚えてねえの？
Do I look like I'm lying?
覚えてねえよ
He stares into my eyes like he's searching for something.
あんた、もう一度ライムで俺と戦えよ。
mean, sure, but I can't. Bro.
はライムとか知らねえし。
He shoves me into the wall even harder.
まだ言うのか。だったらあんたの大事なもんを壊す。あんたが何を大事にしてるのか知ってるぜ。ちゃんとな。
What the fuck? He shoots a meaningful glance at the computer. I know what he means by that. Run. He's not bluffing. I can feel the threat hanging in the air. He'll really destroy Ren's data if I don't give him what he wants. But the fact is, I don't want to fight in rhyme. And the guy is starting to piss me off. Is this guy doing? Ah! You do act like it though, I will say. Ah. Ren is very important though. I don't want to. Fine.
いい加減にしろ。
I launch a knee trying to knock him away. But I'm off balance. He blocks me with one hand. He pulls my leg out from under me and I slide down the wall to the floor. Pain shoots up my back as he climbs on top of me.
おい、何やってんだよ。
Ew.
うるせえよ。
The blank expression, he grabs my arm and twists it.
いってたたたた。
腕の一本くらいなくたって。
It's crazy. This guy.
腕折られたくないなら戦えよ。
My elbow groans as he twists my arm backward. I don't want to fight him in rhyme, and I don't want to get Ren involved either. What should I do? Someone on the stairs? Something on the roof? Does the choice matter? Hold on. Wait, I'm kind of curious. Does the choice matter? Sorry, hold on. Right, it was D. Yeah, I remember. I just kind of want to see if, like, the choice actually matters. I hear a heavy thump overhead, but I don't have any time to consider what it might be. I grip my teeth as a sharp pain shoots up my twisted arm.
ああ。
マスターから離れてください。
Oh. So wait, okay. Because this is the one I wanted to pick anyway. The roof. Because why not? We love people coming through the roof. I'm guessing maybe the stairs might be Kojaku? Misuki? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Another voice speaks. I turn toward it.
お前。
こんにちは、マスター。
Somehow the guy in the gas mask is here. Well, is there. Same difference. The blonde man stands warily, putting some distance between himself and the new arrival. I rub my aching arm and get up.
お前、いつ入ってきた？
先ほどそこの窓からです。マスター、こちらはお友達ですか？
No!
窓から？
I look at the balcony. The sliding door is wide open, and the lock has been sheared off.
お前、何やったんだよ。
窓が閉まっていたので開けました。
Well, okay.
そういうこと言ってんじゃなくてな。
Right.
マスター？
はい、マスターは僕のマスターです。
ふざけてんのか？
The intruder glares at the man in the gas mask, then looks then at me. I have no idea what's going on here. Man, what a disaster.
とにかくマスターをいじめないでください。僕が許しません。
くだらねえ。
Don't tell me he's actually getting angry. He turns toward the man in the gas mask. I can feel the rage radiating from his back.
おい。
I have to stop them. Who's gonna clean up the mess?
アバ、
Oh, so it is Kojaku coming from the stairs. The door suddenly swings open, and Kojaku bursts in.
大丈夫か紅弱なんでお前
水木のことで話しに行くってメールしただろ。そしたらガスマスクした変なのがベランダから入ってくのが見えたんだよ。
Oh god, this is great.
それで慌ててきたってわけだが。どうやらガスマスクにはもう一人お仲間がいたようだな。
Kojaku glares at the two of them. Oh my god, we have a standoff.
こっちからしたらお前らの方が邪魔なんだけど。
True.
こいつの仲間じゃねえのか。
No.
一緒にすんな。
まだ友達というカテゴリーにはお互い属していませんね。
とにかくお前ら、今すぐ出てけ。じゃなかったら追い出す。
どうやって？
そりゃ力ずくしかねえだろうが。
やってみれば？やれるもんなら。
He sneers.
なんかやたらでかいの背負ってるけど、そんなのが必要なほど弱いのか？あんた。
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that. And the fact that he's not retorting means he is. He's not gonna take such obvious bait, right? I mean, there's no way. Right? My heart pounds as Kojaku cracks his knuckles. Oh shit.
その減らず口、今すぐ聞けなくしてやる。
おい待てよ
Kojaku makes a grab for the blonde guy's collar. He nimbly dodges Kojaku's attack, drops his hips and throws a punch. Ooh. Kojaku shifts just before the man's fist can make contact with his cheek, dodging the blow by a hair. Wait, why am I just watching? I mean, hey, might as well. What you gonna do, AOBA? Tell me, what you gonna do? I mean, I know you were a bad boy back in the day, but like, what you gonna do?
やめろってここ俺の部屋
If y'all wanna fight, take it outside. Plus my grandma's sleeping. Outside! Take it outside!
二人とも強いんですね。
んなのんきなこと言ってる場合か
I don't know about the blonde guy, but Kojaku's normally got patience in spades. If something does set him off though, there's no stopping him. Magazines and trash and knickknacks go flying or are crushed underfoot as they scuffle. I don't care about the other stuff. Just please, stay away from my computer.
お前らほんといい加減に
That's when I hear someone storming up the stairs.
うるさいんだよお前たちいい加減にしな
I was wondering when she'd wake up. The door bursts open, and Granny's roar thunders through the room. All four of us stop in our tracks, cowering as we turn to the door.
お前たち
As she takes in the carnage, her eyes blaze with anger, and a thick vein throbs on her forehead.
全員下へ行きな今すぐにだ
Yes, ma'am. A few minutes later, we're sitting quietly at the dining room table. The head throbs where Granny hit me. Of course, I'm not the only one with fresh lumps. She gave us all a taste of knuckle pudding, and saying we were all equally at fault, which is true. I was a bit scared that the blonde guy was gonna hit back, but he just stood there and pouted. Why? Because she's a frail old woman? Though frail might not be the best word to describe her. When Granny asked how all this happened, I confessed that I left the front door unlocked again. That earned me another lump. I'm never forgetting to lock the front door again.
まさか僕までお商売に預かってしまうとは。
Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure the guy in the gas mask said his name was Clear. He's just as fishy as the blonde guy.
青葉ちょっとこっちへ来な
Hey, hey.
I stand rubbing the lump on my head and head into the kitchen. Granny is holding a basket full of freshly... I was supposed to say freshly dried donuts. I was like, what? What are freshly dried donuts? Fried donuts. I thought I smelled something sweet.
持っていきな。飲み物は全員茶でいいだろう。
はいはい。あ、そうだばあちゃん。
なんだい。
もう起きても大丈夫なのか？腰は？
いや、わかるだろう。くだらないことを聞いてないで、さっさと行きな。
I set the basket of donuts on the table, and pour cups of tea for everyone and return to my seat. Granny joins us shortly thereafter.
人間腹が膨れりゃ怒りも自然と収まるもんだ。とっとと食っちまいな。
やっぱり作ってたのってこれか。匂いで分かったぜ。タエさんのドーナツは格別なんだよな。
いいから早く食いな。
Jaku goes straight for the basket. Oh look, Penny! Blanca and Clear, on the other hand, just stare at the donuts in confusion.
食うなら食う。食わないなら食わないではっきりしな。
Clear can't eat without taking off his mask, and the blonde guy doesn't seem interested. Or so I thought. Surprisingly, despite his grumpy expression, the intruder reaches for a donut.
甘い。
Yes, donuts are supposed to be sweet. What do you mean?
そりゃあそうだろ。そういう食べ物だよ。
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you... Of course it's sweet. Like, bro?
だとしても甘い。
Okay, we don't give a crap. Eat it or don't eat it.
無理して食わなくてもいいよ。
Literally! If you don't like it, don't eat it. Granny snorts, and the man continues nibbling on his donut. I can't get a read on him at all. I turn back to Clear, still sitting there motionless.
食べないのか？うまいぜ、ばあちゃんのドーナツ。
食べますよ。
早く食えば。
はい、食べます。
Clear keeps perfectly still. I'll have to take the mask off to eat, but will he? I watch Clear over the rim of my teacup, wondering what's gonna happen.
あれ？
The donut is missing from Clear's side of the basket. And it looks like his mask is moving up and down.
お前、もしかして今食べた？
はい、食べました。おいしい。
神業だろ。
He ate it with the gas mask on? How? Forget it. I grab a donut and start eating too. Granny's donuts are delicious even when cold, but when they're fresh, they got this mellow, flaky sweetness that just fills your whole mouth. Ojaku has already finished and gotten up from his seat by the time I start eating my donut. Just before he goes into the hall, he turns back and beckons to me. I point to myself. Moi? And Kojaku nods. Sup? I leave my half-eaten donut on the table and head out into the hall.
なんかよくわかんねえことになっちまったな。
I guess Kojaku wanted to get away from the bizarre atmosphere in there.
まあ、そうだな。
それはともかく、水木のことだ。連絡取ったか？
ああ、電話した。大丈夫だとは言ってたけど、やっぱりちょっと元気がなかった感じがするな。
そうか。
水木に何かあったのか？
いやな。水木が変だってお前にメールしただろう。あの時、うちのチームのやつらとドライジュースのやつらが少し揉めたんだ。その場に水木もいたんだけどよ。あいつ、いつもならそういう時は絶対仲裁に入るだろう。なのに、なんか上の空でぼーっとしてる感じで、喧嘩も見てるだけで止めようとしねえんだ。結局、俺が間に入ったんだけどな。どうも水木の様子がおかしいと思ってよ。大丈夫かって声かけたんだよ。そしたら、ほっといてくれって睨まれてよ。
水木に？
ああ、あいつらしくないっつうか、何か思い詰めたような顔をしてたんだよな。 青葉、思い当たることねえのか？あいつが最近悩んでたこととか。
Disappearances, I guess.
この前水木の店に行った時に神隠しの話が出たんだけど。
ああ、あのリブのチームが丸ごと消えるってやつか。
そのことを結構気にしてた感じだったな。
確かに最近神隠しにあったチームがいるって話は聞いたが。あ、
I feel something against my back, and something falls to the floor.
こいつ、あいつの。
It's one of those cubes the rabbit guy had on his belt. Was it tucked into the hood of my jacket this whole time? The cube hops into the living room.
あいつ。
Kojaka chases after the cube.
おいクソ坊主、今の盗み聞きしてやがったな。
別に聞かれたら困るような内容でもなかっただろ。
てめえ、
神隠しとかリブなんて今時流行らねえし、とりあえず盛り上がるイベント起こしとけって感じなんじゃねえの？
んだと。
Kojaka's voice shakes with anger.
おい、あんまり舐めたこと言ってんじゃねえぞ。実際に戻ってこねえ連中だっているんだよ。
知らねえよ。怖えならリブやめりゃいいだけの話なんじゃねえの？
この野郎。
Kojaka takes a step forward. The man shoots back an icy glare.
てめえ、名前は何だ？
先に名乗るのが礼儀だろ。
てめえみたいなのに礼儀もクソもあるか？
なら聞くなよ。
ちょっと待った。あんまり険悪になるなって。こっちは公爵。お前は？
ノイズ。
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's like when I was playing Rune Factory, and they were like telling us the names of like the divine dragons, and they're like, this one is named Terrible, with the word Terra, and then BLE. And then the other one was Fearsome. It was FI. I think it was ER, and then so. This is what it feels like. It's like, oh. Okay.
ノイズ。てめえみたいなのは虫が好かね
別にあんたに好かれようなんて思ってない。
True.
え。野郎。
そこまでだ。
Brady breaks her silence to end their standoff, with a single word.
喧嘩ならよそでやっとくれ。うるさいったらありゃしない。
Me too. See, this is what I was saying back upstairs. Like, if you want to fight, take it outside.
すまねえ、タイさん。
Noise glances at Kojaka, and stands without saying a word.
おい、どこ行くんだよ。
帰る。
He marches out of the room.
お前らも食うもん食ったら帰りな。
Clear stands and bows to us.
ありがとうございました。それではマスター、さようなら。
His voice is also familiar too. I'll have to look up the voice
ちょい待っ
actor.
た。
I follow Clear out into the hall.
はい、なんでしょ
また会うかどうかはともかくとして、もし月があったらその時は普通に入ってこいよ。
う。普通とは？
空から降ってくるとかベランダから入ってくるとかじゃなくて、ごく普通に玄関から入れってことだよ。
空とベランダはなぜ行けないのですか？
どう考えてもおかしいだろうが。つかびっくりする。心臓に悪い。
心臓に悪い。なるほど。わかります。
Clear touches his chest.
ここにあるハートのことですよね。
It's adorable.
まあそうだけど。
マスターといると勉強になります。ありがとうございます。
そうか。
ではまた。
おう。
Clear bows again and then leaves through the front door.
何なんだあのガスマスク。
俺もよくわかんね
知り合いなんじゃねえのか？
I do, but don't. If that makes sense.
知り合いつうか違うと思う。やっぱり
おいおい、しっかりしてくれよ。
After giving me a look, Kojaku awkwardly rubs the back of his neck.
さっきは悪かったな。つい熱くなっちまって。タイさんにもちゃんと伝えといてくれ。
Tell her yourself, you're still here.
さっき謝ったし大丈夫だろ。
あと、お前の部屋で暴れちまったことも悪かった。
まあしょうがねえし、お前があそこまで怒るのは久しぶりに見たけど。
俺ダメなんだよ。ああいう折れることを知らなさそうなやつ。
Oh, like you? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Kojaku sighs, looking a bit deflated.
つか今思い出したが、あいつライムのチームやってるだろ。
ライムの？
ああ、確かラフラビットって名前だ。前にうちのが向こうのチームメンバーと喧嘩沙汰になって、その時にあいつを見た記憶がある。あいつも俺がリブやってるのを知ってたっぽいし、多分そうだろうな。考えれば考えるほど胸くそありな。
ライムにもチームとかあるんだな。知らなかった。
チームができ始めたのは最近らしいけどな。つっても効率よく情報を集めるために組んでるようなもんらしいぜ。味気ねえよな。
Rips these, think of their gangs as family. But I guess rhyme's different. Dry, efficient, that's the impression I get of noise.
まああいつのことはともかく、水木は俺もサポートできるようにしておく。お前も何か分かったら連絡くれ。
なあ。
じゃあな。
Kojaku raises a hand in farewell and walks out the front door. I head back to my room feeling drained. So much happened today. Oh right, I forgot to tell Kojaku that Noise was the one who forced me into that rhyme match. Probably shouldn't. That'll just give him another reason to pick a fight. Wondering how things got so messed up, I open the door and suddenly feel even more exhausted. Holy shit, is my room a mess.
くっそ。
Remembering Noise's cocky attitude is making me mad all over again. I decide to just pick up some things off the floor before flopping down on my bed. I'll get the rest tomorrow. Too tired today. I let out a sigh and close my eyes. A breeze makes me open my eyes. I look over and notice a gaping hole in the door to the balcony. That idiot. Screw it. I don't want to get up. I'll deal with it later. The next day, I'm so tired I barely make it to work on time. Mr. Haka heads out right after opening, leaving me and Junker alone in the store. Business is slow, so I have plenty of time to think about what happened yesterday. Noise and Clear. I still don't know what the deal is with either of them. Though, to be honest, the house felt a little empty once they had all left. Like, it's nice to have something exciting happen once in a while.
はい、ジャンクショップ平凡です。もしもし？
Caller hangs up without saying a word. What the fuck? What was that? Some kind of prank call?
特攻特攻だ相変わらずダサい店ね
Is this place so lame? Why do you keep coming here? The door opens and a chorus of obnoxious voices tear through the shop.
またお前らかよ。
Throw them out again.
あ、青葉だ青葉相変わらず冴えない顔ね
They don't have an endearing bone in their scrawny little bodies.
お、目標発見発見
Now their attention has shifted to Junker.
おお
Poor Junker. Junker screeches to a halt and tries to hide behind me. Wait, won't that make me their new target?
待てー待て待てーおとなしくしなさい。
お前ら俺にぶら下がるなっつうの。
While struggling with the little imps, I hear the door open again. Expecting a customer, I look up to see.
ノイズ。
What do you want?
よ
No! Why is he here? Noise looks around the shop curiously as he approaches. The fiends let go of me to get a look at Noise.
ちょっと客なんて珍しいんじゃない？
Rude!
客だ客が来た。よし目標変更。客に向かって突撃だ。
No!
おいお前ら。
Before I can stop them, Wretch charged Noise. Shit, he's gonna... he just dodged them. Hio and Now stumble forward, and Mio.
ちょっと話しなさいよ。
Noise catches her just before she bumps into him and lifts her up like a...
話しなさいったら何するのよ。
Mio pounds on Noise's chest, to no effect. He just stares at her. The sight is kinda surreal. And then, as I watch in disbelief, Noise does something completely unexpected. Sorry. I'm kinda just stupor too. What did I just read? He takes Mio's hand, brings it to his lips and kisses it. Wow.
No.
Mio is even more shocked than I am. I mean, of course she would be. Her face turns bright red and she starts trembling.
暴れる女は可愛くないぜ。
What a thing to say. Mio's mouth flaps aimlessly for a moment, but then she closes her eyes tightly, takes a deep breath. There you go.
セクハラピアス。
I mean, she's not wrong though. Noise puts Mew down without reacting. She immediately darts away, pointing at him when she reaches a safe distance.
顔にそんなにいっぱい穴開けて血が出たらどうするのよ。何？血だって？血？
Hio and Now were lying on the ground, pretending to be injured after their falls, but they jump up immediately upon hearing their sister's comment. Fortunately, it seems like her brothers didn't catch Noise's little performance there. That's a relief.
お前、ミオに何をした？した。
別に。
やめてよ、あんたたち。
Mio quickly waves them off. Her face is still bright red.
でも、いいから退散よ。でも、まだあいつ倒してない。いいのよ。
Mio bolts out of the store, screaming. Her brothers quickly follow. Silence abruptly returns to the store, save for the faint sound of Junker's motors. I stare at Noise in disbelief.
お前、年派もいかない女の子に何やってんだよ。
Right? Noise gives me a puzzled look.
何が？
だっていきなり手にチューって驚くっつうか引くだろ普通。
別に変なことじゃないだろ。
What?
いや。
Yeah.
十分変だ。ん？
Suddenly, Noise puts his hands on the counter and leans over it, looking into my eyes with a blank expression. Whoa. Something soft touches my lips. Did he just...
おま、お。
ん？
Oh.
なんだよ。
We love bisexuals in this house.
なんだよじゃねえよ。いきなり何すんだよ。
何ってキスだろ。
Why?
は？
Noise just watches calmly as I freak out. What the fuck is with this guy?
普 通男にキスとかしねえだろ。
そ
もしかしてそっち系？
Bisexual? Yes, yes he is. That's what he is.
うは
Noise is just so casual about it. I start to wonder if I'm the one with the problem. Is it normal for dudes to kiss? Yes. It's completely normal. Absolutely normal. No, no way. Alright, bro. Chill out. But it doesn't seem like Noise did it to upset me. Pull your shit together, AOBA. He's the weird one. Totally. There's nothing wrong with me. At least I don't think there is. And I mean, there are plenty of guys who get handsy even outside romantic contexts. I guess he's just one of those. Probably. I wipe my lips off with the back of my hand and take a deep breath to calm down.
つかお前、そもそもなんでここに来たんだよ。
Again, Noise looks straight into my eyes.
あんた俺のチームに入れ。
No.
は？
Where did that come from?
チームってライムのか？
そうだ。
Nah, we'll just try to talk him down.
まあ待て。とりあえずお互いが納得いくまで一度しっかり話そうぜ。
あんたがチームに入ったらな。
No.
だからそれじゃ話になんねんだっつうの。
昔やってた時は強かっただろ、ライム。またやれよ。
やってねえし、人違いだろ。
Noise falls silent. His gaze is so sharp that it makes me flinch. What's wrong with him?
まあ、今日の本題はそこじゃない。
Then what are you here? Noise releases me from his gaze and lets out a frustrated sigh.
今日はこの店の前であるんだよ。
何が？
ライム。
ライム？
この辺りが今日の雨水の発生ポイントだ。俺らの予想は9割方当たる。
I frown, not understanding. But then I hear the cheers from outside.
行くぞ。
Oh?
いいから来い。
Why? Noise steps behind the counter and grabs me by the arm.
おい話せよ。店番が。
うるさい。
Excuse me? I barely manage to grab a run before he drags me outside. Outside, I see that the usually deserted alley is teeming with excitement. Noise and I join the gathering crowd.
ポイントはこの辺りだ。
Noise stops once we've entered the dark alley. Wei. Almost forgot Wei. He's already holding a bunny cube in his hand.
それお前のオールメイトか？
ああ、
It's cute though. His oldmate is adorable. Oh. Sure is weird for a guy like him to be using such a cute oldmate.
そろそろだ。
A faint light blossoms in one corner of the alley. Hello, Usui. A ring of light appears in the empty space, and Usui materializes from the feet up. The crowd cheers, attracting even more people from the street.
言った通りだろ。
おお。
あんた出てみなよ。
Why?
だから嫌だって。
これでもか？
What? Why am I being strong-armed into this? Noise raises an eyebrow, and then I feel my bag rise into the air. I spin around. A bunny cube is holding my bag by the strap. When did that get there?
お前。
さあ、どうする？
Why are you antagonizing me? Why are you doing this to me? The crowd is so thick that even if I can snatch my bag back, I won't be able to get away. Pete? Just then something flies through the air and slams into the bunny cube holding my bag. The crowd stirs, then parts to allow someone through.
Yo!
Oh! It was Benny! It's Kojaku. It must have been Benny who rammed Noise's cube. Several Benny Shigure members are with him too. Okay, just making sure I read that right, because I was like, for some reason that didn't sound right. He picks up my bag from where it fell.
紅雀。
青葉、今日はどうした？また配達の途中か？
Kojaku shoots Noise a glare.
なんでお前がここにいるんだよ。
あんたに説明する必要はねえな。
ライムか。
そっちこそわざわざなんだよ。筋肉バカのリブが参加したってライムじゃ秒殺だぜ。
だとてめえ。
やめろ。
Kojaku grabs his teammate by the shoulder.
ガキがあんまり調子に乗るなよ。言い過ぎだ。
事実だろ。
調子に乗るなっつってんだよ。
I think you need to start understanding, Kojaku, that Noise doesn't care what you think at all. He doesn't care about your thoughts, your opinions, or anything. He doesn't care. I think you need to start understanding that.
知るか。
てめえと話してると本気でライムが嫌になるな。
いいんじゃね。リブに好かれたいとか誰も思ってねえだろうし。
Well, this just got interesting fast. As their hostility ripples outward through the crowd, each side's members begin to gather around their leader. Rip versus Rhyme. The two groups glare at each other, a powder keg waiting for a spark.
おい、二人ともちょっと。
だいたい今時力とか拳とか古いんだよ。ダセえな。
頭ん中だけで戦ったって得るもんなんざ何もねえだろ。ただの現実逃避だ。
筋肉だるまは考え方が硬い。話になんね
え。おい。
頭でっかちのもやしには言われたくねえな。
もやしじゃねえし。
そうか？俺にとっちゃ十分もやしだったがな。
Same dark tone of voice Kojaku used yesterday, before they started fighting in my room. Noise closes his mouth and meets Kojaku's stare.
お前、ラフラビットだろ？ムジナのライマーチームの。最近はこの辺まで出しゃばってきてるみてえだな。ライムの予想屋とかやってるらしいが、そんなことで耳っちい金稼いで喜んでんじゃねえよ。
取引だ。この地区にも俺たちの情報を欲しがる奴が山ほどいる。だから取引も成立する。あんたらとは頭の使い方が違うんだよ。
For a few moments, Noise and Kojaku glare at each other in silence.
ここらで一発、蹴りつけとくか。
くだらねえけど、あんたのことは気に食わねえ。潰してやるよ。
In no time at all, the crowd has split in two. Those gathered around Usui for the rhyme battle, and those watching the fight between Noise and Kojaku. Oh, so they do kind of have like a uniform kind of thing, or at least a color scheme. From the looks of it, the crowd around us is bigger. Things are quickly spiraling out of control.
二度と生意気な口が聞けなくなるようにしてやる。
言ってろ。
Noise just smirks and cracks his neck. Didn't I do something? No. You can literally just sit off to the side. Hell, you can even go back to work. You don't have to get involved in any of this. Shit, I do. Damn, I do. Okay, well. Who do I like more? That's basically what this boils down to. I mean, if you guys remember from like the first part, like I said, I don't think I was really feeling Kojaku all that much. I mean, Noise isn't any better, but I will say Noise is a bit more interesting. Yeah, So basically going off of like interesting factor, I would have to say noise. Sorry, Kojaku. Just be more interesting next time.
ノイズいい加減にしろ冷静になれって
冷静になる必要があるのはあっちだろ。
マジあいつら暑苦しくてうぜえし。
時代遅れだって教えてやれよ。
Neither man seems to have any interest in stopping. Quite the opposite, in fact. They're both obviously itching for a fight.
そんじゃ行くぜ。
You know, AOBA, you could literally just walk back to work. You don't have to watch this. You really don't. The moment Kojaku and Noise make contact, the Ripsties and Rhymers surround them start to brawl. It quickly devolves into total chaos. People who clearly just want to fight getting into action. That's crazy. Like, they have no affiliation to either side. They just want to brawl. The alley shakes with their howls of joy. Forget about the other people. I've got to stop Kojaku and Noise. Before I can cut in between them, a man comes flying at me.
てめえもライブ側だろ。
うわ
I jump out of the way as he winds up for a punch, and he tumbles forward when it misses. I instinctively chop down at his unguarded neck. Nice one. His knees buckle and he falls on his face. That was close. I'm gonna get dragged into this if I'm not careful. Oh yeah, kind of like in slow damage. Like when Tomo was just there watching his friends do some death matches. He just got brought in for no reason. It's like Pro wasn't even fighting. They're like, you know what? I'm gonna make you fight. This is the same thing. I know. Dramatical murder came first, so technically, slow damage took from this. But you know, really. A man whips his arm toward me. I spot the glint of steel.
マジでシャレになんねっての
When he stabs at me again, I catch his arm and pull it down, hitting him in the chin. Ooh, not the chin. Ooh, I don't know why, but I just felt like vibrations come through my skull. Oh, as he stumbles. The man drops the knife as he falls backward, and I kick it away. I also give him a gentle kick in the face while I'm at it. Gentle?
ダク
I look around and quickly locate Kojaku and Noise. They're going at it like a pair of wolves, oblivious to the chaos around them.
コジャクノイ
貴様ら何やってる
That's a detective guy again. Instantly, the fighting stops. Everyone turns to face the voice that tore through the alley like a thunderclap. And then, everyone starts running. It's Akushima. Armed policemen flood the alley.
なんだなんだ何の騒ぎだライムかリブかどっちにしろ全員死刑だ
青葉
Kojaku fights his way to me against the flow of the crowd.
ノイズは
とっくに逃げた。俺たちもさっさと逃げるぞ。
Kojaku grabs my arm and we start running.
待てこら
We race down the alley, Akushima's shouts echoing behind us. Once we lost him, Kojaku and I slowed to a stop. I'm completely out of breath.
ここまで来れば大丈夫だろう
ああ、
Kojaku turns around to double check, then flashes me an apologetic look.
すまねえ。お前んちでもやっちまったのに、また騒ぎにしちまった。つい頭に血が上って、あのクソ坊主。
Kojaku's expression turns more serious.
青葉、お前に辻斬りのライム仕掛けたのって、あいつだろ。
Yeah.
あ
I gape. He hit the nail on the head.
やっぱり知ってたのか。そうなんじゃねえかとは思ってたが。
ごめん
いや、責めるつもりはねえ。だがあいつ、辻斬りの後もお前に付きまとってるんだろ。何があったんだ。
Yeah.
なんつうかその
There's no point hiding it anymore.
あいつに ライム仕掛けられた時、俺どうすりゃいいか全然わかんなくて。ライムなんてやったことねえし。最後は気失ったみたいで記憶がないんだけど、あいつが言うには俺が勝ったって。
お前が？
なあ、でもそんなの全然覚えてねえし、そもそも俺が勝てるわけねえし。でもあいつは俺が勝ったって聞かなくて。
それじゃあお前に負けた恨みを晴らすためにくっついてるってのか。プライドだけは一丁前だな、あのクソ坊主。ライムだろうとなんだろうと負けは負けだ。潔く認めて終わるのが男ってもんだろうが。しかもお前気失っちまったんだろ。なのにその言いがかりってのはただの嫌がらせにしか聞こえねえけどな。
まあな。
どうした？何か気にかかることでもあるのか？
ライムやってる時さ、誰かの声が聞こえたんだよな。
どういう意味だ？あいつじゃなく？
違うと思う。聞こえたっつうより、声が耳の中で響いたっつうか。それで俺、レンに指示を出せたんだよな。戦い方が直感的に分かったような感じで。
ライムはやったことないんだよな、お前。
ああ。なのに、なんで指示なんか出せたのか、自分でもよくわかんねえ。それがちょっと嫌な感じで。
I grow more and more anxious as I recall what happened. By the end, I'm looking at my feet. Kojaku gently claps me on the shoulder.
あんまり考えすぎんな。お前の昔からの悪い癖だ。じゃねえとレンに、青葉、思考がパンクしそうだとか言われちまうぞ。
ああ。
Is red anyway. Kojaku's red impression makes me smile a little.
お前もいきなりライムに引っ張り込まれて混乱してるのかもしれねえし。でも何かあったらいつでも俺に言えよ。
なあ、サンキュー。
タエさんにはいつもうまい飯作ってもらってるからな。
そこかよ。
I mean, it's a good enough motive. Laughing with Kojaku has lightened my mood a little. Yeah, not that I'm an expert or anything, but I guess keeping your fears bottled up isn't good for you. Sometimes it's better just to tell someone what you're feeling.
そうだ。ドライジュースのやつらに挨拶してくか？
だな。水木のことも気になるし。で、あ！
You're working.
どうした？
つうか俺仕事中だし。
Right.
羽賀さんが外出しちゃってて店番してたんだよ。
I completely forgot that he was at work. Oh my god.
おいおい、まずいんじゃねえか？
A lot of trouble.
電話してみる。
I frantically call Mr. Haga on my coil.
はい、ジャンクショップ平凡です。
羽賀さん、すいません、俺。
ああ、青葉くん。店にいないからどうしたのかと思いましたが、何か急用でしたか？
その。
Telling him about noise won't help. I have no idea how to explain the situation, so I just bullshit my way through, apologizing profusely. Mr. Haga seems a little perplexed, but he forgives me.
今日はもう大丈夫ですよ。私がいますし。
本当にすいませんでした。気をつけます。
ええ、わかってます。それじゃあ、お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
大丈夫だったか？
まあ、一応。
Mr. Haga may have let me off the hook, but I assure him a failure as an adult. I'll have to make it up to him later. After that, Kojaku and I head for Dry Juice's territory. The alley is in the east quarter of Yukisaki, a bridge with abandoned restaurants and bars. This was meant to be a casual visit, but the closer we get to Dry Juice's territory, the stranger things become. Normally you'd see Dry Juice members hanging around, but today, the streets are deserted.
ガラガラだな。
あいつらの泊まり場移動したのか？
そんなの聞いてねえけどな。
I have a bad feeling about this. Pick up the pace. When we reach the alley where they usually gather, we find it empty of life. Kojaku stops and catches me by the arm.
おい、
どうし、
I follow Kojaku's stare and freeze. They're gone. The dry juice tags on the wall have been painted over in black.
なんて。
No way. Some other gang beat them?
アーバー、あれ見ろ。
A new tag has been painted on the wall. Metallic wings and a heart surrounded by a halo. I recognize it.
モルヒネ。
Morphine took out dry juice?
神隠し。なバカな。
Kojaku's words make my heart skip a beat. That's right. Those disappearances. I thought they were just an urban legend. Maybe someone was screwing around. Dry Juice is the biggest rip gang in town. I'm sure they have plenty of enemies. It could be a gang trying to lay the blame on morphine. It sounds more realistic than some kind of magical disappearance. But in that case, how could there be no one left?
おい、誰かいねえのかよ。おい。
I run through the alleyways, shouting at the top of my lungs. No answer. Damn, what the hell is going on? I head toward a nearby alley, the one where Mizuki always hangs out. If Dry Juice members are anywhere, it'll be there. I step into the alley, but it's deserted, like the others. Even though I expected it as much, it still sends a shiver up my spine. Oh, is that blood? Oh no. At the back of the alley, the biggest Dry Juice tag has been painted over as well. What the hell is going on? I could always find Mizuki leaning on the wall in front of that tag. He'd greet me with a smile when I came by. I want to turn away. Feels like I'm witnessing the ruin of something precious to me. But I force myself to look.
AOBA、向こう側も見てきたが誰もいねえ。ここもか。ひでえな。
なあ、これって。
なんだ。これ地下。
やっぱりそうだよな。
Though smudged and darkened by footprints, there's blood splatter on the ground. It looks relatively fresh. Looking around, I notice shoe prints on the walls and debris scattered about. Signs of a struggle. The more I see, the more I realize that only one thing makes sense. Morphine did this, just like the story said. Disputes between rip gangs are common, but usually those end with a brawl, and some tags getting scribbled out at worst. This is different. I feel malice in the air. This was the work of someone with a ruthless disregard for their enemy. What happened here? This alley was so full of life. It was a place where everyone got along, where you never had to be alone. That's why people joined the gang. Even if it was only temporary, here people shared a bond. It was home. And now, there's nothing left.
くそ。やっぱ水木と連絡つかね
I probably did. Kojaku looks up from his coil.
え。どうなってんだ。ここで何があったってんだよ、畜生。マジでモルヒネの仕業なのか。
水木。
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the situation when I hear footsteps at the entrance to the alley.
やあ、誰かと思ったら青葉さんでしたか。奇遇ですね。
He's Virus, right?
やっほー、アバ
I forgot your name already.
お前ら。
There we go, Trip. Yeah, I was definitely not gonna remember that. It's Virus and Trip.
なんでここに？
この辺りは我々が担当してるんですよ。
ヤクザか。
Kojaku's eyes narrow. For Ripstees like Kojaku, a pair of Yakuza walking around like they own the place isn't a pleasant sight.
お前ら双子か。
They're
似
not
たよう
doing.
な格好しやがって。
双子じゃねえから。
お前、こんなのとつるんでんのか。
つるんでるっつうか、知り合った時は別にヤクザじゃなかったし、公爵が島を出てた時だよ。
ええ、青葉さんとはそれなりに旧知の仲です。
そうそう、仕事関係ねえし。
同業者の中には横暴なのもいるようですが、俺たちはルール違反は犯しません。あくまで常識の範囲で行動してますので、以後よろしく。
I just want to know why his vest is so short. It's annoying me. Like that his vest is so short. Trip.
ヤクザはヤクザだろうが、いいも悪いもねえんだよ。一度落ちたら骨の髄、血の一滴まで染み込むからな。
Virus and Trip exchange glances. Honestly, I'm surprised too by the rage in Kojaku's voice. Has he always had such an intense hatred of Yakuza?
でも、俺たちが言うのもなんですが、この島じゃヤクザも警察も大して変わりませんよ。そうでしょ？あなた、確かどこかのチームのヘッドですよね。何人か懇意にしている警察の人間がいるでしょ？
警察の人間すべてが悪いってわけじゃねえからな。
So why can't that apply to
中には気のいい
Yakuza?
奴らもいる。
Look at him at his double standards.
では、我々もその中に加えていただけるとありがたいです。気のいいヤクザとしてね。ところで、ドライジュースって青葉さんのお友達のチームですよね。彼ら、縄張りの移動でもしたんですか？
さっきから誰も見かけねえ。
それがいなくなっちまった。
いなくなった？
俺たちも今来たばっかりなんだけど、ドライジュースのタグが全部塗りつぶされてて、代わりにモルヒネのタグが書かれてる。
モルヒネ。
Virus rubs his chin thoughtfully.
モルヒネってあの空想上の生き物みたいになってるあれ？
なあ、もしかしたら誰かがモルヒネのせいにしようとしてこんなことやらかしたんじゃねえかって思うんだけど。
You want to take a look at that blood splatter behind me?
だとしても残忍ですね。チーム全員をいっぺんにだなんて相当たちが悪い。
You know, it'd be crazy if it was only one person, right? Like one person did all of this. I mean, it at least have to be like 3 people. Because they said dry juice was pretty fake. So it'd have to at least be like 3 people who did this. To take out an entire gang. That big.
この辺お前らの担当なんだろう？何か知らないか？
そうですね。俺たちが知っていることといえば、
昨日の夜に見回った時はこんなんじゃなかった。
So it means everybody was still here last night. So between last night and us getting here, something happened. Okay.
ドライジュースのメンバーの皆さんは見かけませんでしたけどね。
Huh?
それって何時頃だ
？9時ぐらいじゃね。つうか、その後にやられたんじゃね。
So between 9 and whatever time it is now.
だとしても、メンバーを一人残らず誘拐とは。あの人数をいっぺんに連れ去るのって、そう簡単なことではないですよ。
わかってる。だから。
Maybe morphine really did take them all. Just like in the stories. But I don't dare say that out loud.
なるほど。なんとなく状況はわかりました。もしこちらでも何かわかったらご連絡します。
Thank you.
頼む。
それにしても、最近はこういう手合いの物騒な話が増えてきてますね。青葉さんも気をつけてください。
俺らにもわけわかんねえのが多くて追っつけてないってのが現状。
てめえらにとっちゃリブなんてしのぎのための駒だろうが。何してくれるっつんだよ。
Kojak spits on the ground. Iris lifts an eyebrow, amused.
我々としても町に寄生して生きているわけですからね。しっかりとした足場を築いた上で活動することが大前提なんですよ。それにモルヒネでも何でもいいですけど、勝手に俺らの縄張りを荒らされるのは普通に不愉快ですからねえ。
Kojaku looks away.
さて、俺たちはもうちょっとこの辺りの状況を。ん？
Did he finally just...
貴様ら、
Oh.
ここで何をしている？
I was about to say, did he finally spot the blood? Suddenly, a group of policemen burst into the alley. They must have been patrolling the area.
動くな！動くと撃つぞ！
They aimed their guns at us.
やべえな。
あらら、今日はまた一段と騒がしいですね。元気。
ここは退散一択でしょ。
さすがに俺たちもあれは苦手ですから。青葉さんも逃げてください。
わかった。奴らのとこまでは全員で特攻で、その後別れる感じでよろしく。合図す。1、2の3。
At trip signal, we all start running.
貴様ら！
Oh, jeez, flashbang. The officers unleash a hail of rubber bullets. Fortunately, they've been neglecting their training. Not even one shot. One shot even grazes us. That's so sad.
と、
お前ら！
Virus and Trip barrel into them, and the officers topple like dominoes.
それじゃあ青葉さん、また。
バイバイ。
Bye!
きな。
行くぞ、青葉。
貴様ら、待て！
Virus and Trip broke right, so Kojaku and I dash left. We hear gunshots and shouting behind us for a while, but by the time we get out of Yukisaki and onto Aoyagi Street, the sounds have disappeared.
今日は役日だな。散々だぜ。
You can say that again. Close my eyes as I try to catch my breath. The scene in the alley rises from the darkness. Dried juice tags painted over in black, bloodstains on the ground. Where did Mizuki and his gang go? Is he okay? Who did this? Was it really morphine?
どうなってんだよ、チキショー。
青葉。
My rage grows hotter with every passing moment. Nothing could justify something like this. This isn't how we do things.
絶対犯人見つけ出してやる。
What if, like, morphine is a gang created by, Toyue Corporation and try and, like, get people out of here? Because they're probably still pissed that people are still here and they want to expand, right? I mean, listen, I'm just spitballing, alright? Probably not it. I don't know. Because I feel like that, like saying like the Toyue Corporation is in charge of morphine does actually kind of make sense. Sorry, I'm listening to the sirens, seeing how close they get. Okay, they don't get that close. So, yeah, I think that might be true. But everything else I said, maybe not. I don't know.
そうだな。俺もチームの奴らが何か見てねえか聞いておく。
It's like, it does kind of make sense a little bit, though. It's like, what would a Ribsties or Rhyme Gang have to, what's the word? What's the word that I'm thinking of? Benefit, maybe? I guess? From having, like, the other gangs disappear. Because it's like, yeah, sure, maybe just your gang left, but then it's like, how are you going to really, like, assert your dominance and whatnot without anybody else? Right? And then, it also goes to like where are they going to be keeping the people in such like a small area, because we saw how like big the Platinum Jail was. Like, yeah, the old residential district is pretty big, but to keep that many missing people hidden from sight where nobody will find them, you probably have better luck doing that in the Platinum Jail. Look at me trying to big brain stuff. I don't know if it's morphine, but someone did this. I'll find them, and if Mizuki and the others are hurt, then they're gonna pay. What are you gonna do, Alba? Ojako leaves to go talk to his gang, so I head over to Mizuki's shop. A message. No, it's the damsel in distress thing again. Subject says, please save me. The sender is damsel in distress. Damsel in distress? I swear I got a spam message earlier with the same name. What? Another message. It's Ben.
Huh?
Same message again. Delete. Just open it, I swear. Just open it, it'll make your life easier. It just kept coming. What the hell? I quickly open my bag and wake up Ren.
AOBA. レン、メールがやばい。何これ、ウイルス？
少し待ってくれ。調べてみる。
Ren falls silent. While I wait, the mails keep coming.
レン、まだか？
解析完了。ウイルスではない。万が一ウイルスだった場合の対策も実行した。
このメールの受信自体を止めるってのは無理なのか？
差出元のメールアドレスが不明だ。
なんだそりゃ。
念のために内容を確認してみた方がいい。
Literally. Just open it.
大丈夫なのか？
But I get the feeling the messages will just keep coming if I ignore them. The notification chime is starting to drive me nuts.
わかったよ。見ればいいんだろ、見れば。
Desperate for relief, I open one of the messages. Huh? They stopped. How's that possible? Puzzled, I turn my eyes to the text. But the message is empty. So it really was just spam. My call chimes again. Only this time it isn't a message.
ゲームの配信だ。
ゲームの配信？
That's right. The game I played the other day. I guess this is the next chapter. Right? Doesn't the cross look exactly like Morphine's? Like, you can't tell me it doesn't. When the download finishes, the title screen appears. Yeah, it's the same game. There's no start button. How's this supposed to work? A few seconds later, the screen changes and the game suddenly starts up. I try pushing the keys in my coil, but I can't move.
レン、なんかこれ動かないんだけど。
デモプレイになっているんじゃないか。
デモプレイ？そんなの配信してなんか意味あるのかよ。
I drop at the controls for a while. Finally, the main character starts to move. Is it working now? But when I take my fingers off the keys, the character keeps moving on its own. Wait, isn't that... Wait, people... No, wait. Where are they taking... Granny? Because that looks just like Granny, doesn't she?
なんだこりゃ。
Where are they taking Granny? The game ends abruptly. I guess it really is just a demo. What was the point of sending this out? Was it a mistake? It doesn't make sense.
完全に意味不明なゲームだな。
そうか。
さっきの大量メールもやっぱりスパムだったっぽいし、すげえ時間の無駄した。とっとと帰ろうぜ。
I close the game and start back toward home. As the sun sets, delicious smells begin to fill the town. Dinner time already. I wonder if Granny is home. Right, like didn't that little sprite lady look just like Granny? Sometimes she goes out with friends around this time. Granny. I wonder what it is. I've been anxious since I played that game. An old woman was kidnapped by bats. Come on! You know! Was it just a coincidence? No! I know I'm just being paranoid, but I can't shake the feeling, so I call Granny on my coil. No answer. I try calling the house. Nothing. I try Granny's coil one more time. She's not picking up. Granny doesn't really use her coil much in the first place. She even leaves letters for me by the front door instead of texting me. She must be out with some friends. That's probably all it is. It has to be. I try not to think about it, but the image of the devastation at Dry Juice's hangout keeps coming back to me. All that blood. Maybe the whole thing is just making me a little anxious. It's totally crazy to think that Granny would be connected to that in any way. But why not? But still, I can't do this. I have to go home. I feel better once I get home and see that Granny is safe. I run home as fast as I can. I unlock the door and burst into the house. It's pitch black, like no one's home. I call for her one more time, but no answer. This is bad. It feels like my blood's about to boil. At the same time, my body is racked by chills. The bloodstains on the wall of Dry Juice's hangout. The old woman in the game kidnapped by bats. My mind keeps flicking between the two images. Did they get to Granny too? I run into the house, not even bothering to take off my shoes. Blasphemy. This is like a very serious thing. Something catches my foot. I look down. Oh, what's that big lump doing there? A person is lying in the hall. Granny? The person is lying face down, motionless. Another one is lying on the floor a little farther inside. I swallow my fear and tiptoe closer. They're both much bigger than Granny, probably men. Relief flashes over me. But if they're not Granny, then who are they? Looking closer, I notice a tattoo on their necks. It looks like a gang tag. Actually, this tag. Oh, don't scare me like that. I feel like someone behind me. I spin around. A man is standing there, framed by the dark hallway. The man is so tall, I have to look up at him. For a moment I stand there and gape. But the thought that he might have done something to Granny soon blows away any fear I'm feeling. The man doesn't answer. He just stares at me through the darkness with icy eyes. I take a step closer. That's stupid. Do that? Don't do that. Back away. Someone grabs my shoulders from behind. Suddenly I'm surrounded by people, holding me in place.
せふざけんなよ離せ
A heavy blow slams into my stomach, knocking the breath from my lungs. A huge man's fist sinks into my gut. I topple forward. I can't breathe. The vision fades into darkness. Damn it. Not here. Granny. Granny. But I honestly don't remember what the first one was. Wasn't it just him, like, walking around? Hold on. I kind of want to... Okay. I'm just gonna say here and now. I'm going to be looking back at my first video. Obviously, I will have, like, something up to say skip to whatever if you want to skip past it. So, yeah. Otherwise, that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Because I just want to analyze that one a little bit. Okay, I'm back. So, briefly rewatched it. I have no idea what any of that was supposed to mean. So basically, because the blue guy is AOBA, obviously. So basically, he started at like a castle, sort of. He went through a forest, went into a door, which led into like some kind of like dungeon. He missed a chest. Then he went up the stairs, came out the dungeon, walked onto the beach, and stopped at the ocean. I have no idea what that meant. If anybody knows, do tell me, but without spoilers, obviously. I wake with a splitting headache. Did I black out? Even after I open my eyes, I can't make out anything in the darkness. Somewhere, I hear the rhythmic drip, drip, drip of water. Is it raining? The cold surface against my cheek must be a concrete floor. Oh my god, there's no floor. Where am I? I try to stand up, but my body won't move. My arms are tied behind my back as I struggle. Oh, wait, that's not what it said. Behind my back, period. I struggle, but the bonds hold firm. When I manage to lift my head off the ground, I come face to face with a pair of boots. I slowly drag my gaze upward from there. Oh, that's a pretty bird. It's him, the guy who waltzed into my home and knocked me out. Up close, he's even more intimidating than before. As I watch, the man takes a puffs from his pipe. The smoke disperses into the gloomy air. Even the bird is smoking. That's right, I remember now. He told Granny.
ばあちゃんはどこだばあちゃんに何した答えろよ
I struggle to contain my rage. The man just stares at me in silence for a while. Then finally he rises with a creaking of springs. Before I know what's happening, he crouches down and yanks my head up by a clump of my bangs. Ooh! Ooh! And he said he feels that. That's gotta hurt. My face twists in agony as pain runs through my sensitive hair. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's gotta hurt. He stares at me as I squirm. His eyes are pitch black, like two spots devoid of light.
自分の置かれた状況、分かってんのか?
He tugs my face to the side. Two grungy-looking men are standing there, holding submachine gun. Woo.
俺が手を挙げりゃ、お前は蜂の巣になって、速攻でさようならだ。
Then do it!
ほんの5秒ぐらいで終わる。
Sorry. I chose violence today. I guess he takes my silence as understanding because he lets go of my hair. My chin hits the concrete with a loud thunk. I nearly bite my tongue. Damn, I'm in some seriously deep shit.
おい。
The man calls his men over and whispers something to them. They nod and leave the room. Meanwhile, I search my brain for a plan. I have to get out of here. First, to do something about these restraints. I struggle against my bonds. I can feel them loosen slightly, but they aren't coming off. Look around with the toes of my shoes, thinking there might be something by my feet I could use. But all I feel is floor. There's nothing. Shit. I have to do something. As I flounder, I can feel several sets of footsteps vibrating through the floor. A new group of men enters the room. They have a similar look as the two who left.
やれ。
The giant jerks his chin at me. What? Are they gonna beat me? I watch the men approach and steel myself for a beating. There's nothing else I can do. The men form a loose circle around me. I brace myself for the first hit. One of them grabs my jacket. Another pins my legs and arms. Are they? What are they doing? I knew it. Because the moment they said they formed a circle, I said, oh, it's coming. It's coming. I look at their faces. They seem excited. They're breathing hard and their eyes are bloodshot.
しっかり押さえとけよ
My blood goes cold. You have got to be kidding me.
離せよ
I try to free my arms. The ropes are looser than before. Just a little more. A little more. I'm out. Before I can do anything, someone grabs my arms and pins them to the floor.
おい何やってんだしっかり捕まえとけよなせ
I see the giant standing behind them, arms folded, watching me with cold, detached eyes. Son of a bitch.
悪く思うなよ
What do you mean, don't blame you? You're the ones doing it!
ミンクさんの命令でしょうがなくってやつだ
Mink? Is that the giant's name? The thought only occupies my attention for a moment. Then I tremble at the feeling of hot, sticky breath against my cheek.
離せつってんだろ気色悪いんだようるせえ
One of them smacks me across the face. Pain and the taste of blood fill my mouth.
にしても男ってのかなまあやれりゃいいんだけど別に
A meaty paw gropes at my chest.
でもこいつ色白いし髪長いしさ目細めてりゃ女に見えるんじゃねえの
If you squint!
どうかなやっ
Yeah.
ぱ男は男だしな
Exactly, I'm a man. Now let me go, assholes. I'm feeling a surge of rage. I spit a wad of blood at the man next to me. I kick him in the stomach while he's distracted, and he lurches forward in pain. Serves you right. He pays me back with a slug to the face, twice as hard. Shit. Oh. He tears my belt off and starts unbuttoning my pants. My favorite part. Having to read all this. Censor. Another hand snakes in from the side and grabs my shirt, pulling it up over my chest so hard it almost rips. They stuck a rag into my mouth. The way the cloth sticks to the insides of my cheeks makes me want to vomit. I try to shout, but only groans emerge. One of the men pulls off my pants and underwear. Okay. Though I flail my legs, I can't offer much meaningful resistance with my arms pinned. Soon my lower body is fully exposed. Well... I mean, hey, at least we can't see it. Maybe I have to do like a little bit of censoring, but we're good. Rough hands slide up my thighs to my ass, and then fingers press between my cheeks. A wave of disgust ripples through my body. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm not scared or even mad, it's just so disgusting. Why me? I just want to divide Granny. That giant. This is all his fault. He's still watching me. Well, is he into voyeurism? And he's just watching this? He's going to watch them grape me. Does he think this is funny? Well, why is he doing this? What's the point? Why me? Why? Why the hell is this happening?
なんか急におとなしくなったぞ。
諦めたんじゃねえの？今のうちにさっさとやっちまえよ。
おい、こいつ大丈夫か？
ん？おい。おい。え？なんだ？なんか。
What?
消えろ。
What was that noise? What was that noise? What's that smell? It smells familiar, like some kind of spice. Cinnamon? Slowly opening my eyes, I see someone standing a short distance away. The giant. What was his name? Mink? What is he doing? He's gazing solemnly at a burning candle. Is he saying something? I can't make it out. I wonder what he's saying. What is he doing? I wake once again with a splitting headache. I open my eyes to a cracked, filthy ceiling. Ceiling? Ceiling. Where am I? What happened? Right. They were about to have fun with me. What happened after that? I'm fully dressed. At any rate, this looks like a different room. Ooh. I have to take my medicine. Wait, my bag. Where'd my bag go? Ren was in there. I heard the door open and bolt out of bed, momentarily forgetting the pain. Who is it? Mink?
目が覚めたのか。
A gangly, slouching man pokes his head through the rusty metal door. When he sees me, he grins and enters the room. Who the hell?
気分はどうだ？大変だったな、あんた。いきなりレイプとかさ。ミンクさんには誰も逆らえねえからな。おまけに何考えてるのかもわかんねえしさ。
I have no idea what the man's on about. I glare at him, but willing him to go away.
今はミンクさんに言われてきたわけじゃねえし、そんな怖い顔すんなよ。な。あ、なんで俺の名前。やっぱり青葉だよな。ジャンクショップ平凡の。
Oh, he might be one of the customers.
平凡を知ってんのか？ああ、昔はよくあそこにいろいろ買いに行ってたんだよ。
He smiles happily. Maybe it's just because of what I've been through, but the shop's name is music to my ears. Knowing he was a customer makes me feel a certain kinship. I want to drop my guard. But I don't. There's something off about this guy. He can't seem to sit still, and that's not all.
まさかこんなとこであんたに会うなんてさ。俺ちょっと感動しちゃったよ。ああ、そうだな。だろう。でさ、あんたが捕まってるって聞いて、俺すげえいいこと思いついちゃってさ、ここから出してやろうと思って。マジか。もちろんな、いい話だろ。でもここはあのミンクってやつが仕切ってんだろ。大丈夫大丈夫、なんとかなるから。
I don't know. This seems sus.
なんとかっても具体的にどうするんだよ。大丈夫だって。だからどうするんだよ。しつこいな。大丈夫だって言ってんだろ。
Suddenly, the man's expression changes, and he pulls a gun on me. He smiles, but it doesn't reach his eyes, which are wide as plates.
なあ、大丈夫だよ。ここから出してやるから。だからさ、もっと声を聞かせてくれよ。なあ。
Bro, crazy.
声？そうだよ。平凡に電話すると、だいたいいつもあんたが出るだろ。あんたの声、初めて聞いた時に聞き惚れちゃってさ。それからよく電話したんだよ。あんたの声を聞くために。
Whose only interest in the store is me. Admittedly, he's not the only customer who calls because of my voice.
もっとさ、俺のためにいろんな声を聞かせてくれよ。聞きたいんだよな。
Man climbs onto the bed, gun still in hand. He shoves the weapon in my face when I try to get up.
動くな。逃げようとしたら撃つ。
Just wanted to get up, man.
別にいいだろ。得るもんじゃねえし。俺はただあんたの声が聞きたいだけなんだよ。
The man grips my face, panting heavily. Ugh, gross. Why does this keep happening to me? Ugh, my head. Shit, why does it have to start up again now? The door flies open. The man goes white as a sheet and spins around, dropping the gun. There in the doorway stands Mink.
何やってる？
すみません。
Mink marches into the room and grabs the panicking man by the collar.
すみませんすみません。
てめえも来い。
いって。
Mink grabs me by the arm and hauls me off the bed. Oof, ow, oof. Ow, oof. Mink drags us both into the hall, attracting curious looks from the men standing there. He pulls us through an open door at the end of the hall. It leads to the room where those men attacked me. Several men are already there. With us, plus the walkers from the hallway, the room is filled to capacity. Mink tosses me aside and throws the other guy to the ground.
ミンクさん、すみませんすみません。
All the color has drained from his face. He crawls backward on his ass, staring wild-eyed up at Mink.
Mink! 制裁か。
だな。でも何やらかしたんだ。
I'm sorry, I just love that word, chuckle fuck.
さあ、ヘマやったことは確かだろう。ミンクさんを怒らせたんだから。
もう一人の外から連れてこられたやつもか。
じゃねえの。
Disciplined. That can't mean anything good.
すみません。勘弁してください。
No. Mink looks down at the man stone-faced and grabs him by the collar. There's a dull thwack, the sound of bone against bone. The man's head snaps back like a rag doll's. He twitches once, twice, his eyes rolling back to show the whites. Blood spurts from his mouth and pieces of tooth drop to the floor like grains of rice. This Mink guy has to be crazy strong to knock a man out with one punch like that. I'm staring dumbstruck at the spectacle. All eyes go to me. I really don't like where this is going. Some of the men are grinning. Their smiles say, "You're next." Oh, hell no. First, I'm almost looking. How do I want to say this? You know what? I don't have to say it at all. And now I'm gonna get beaten to a pulp. But I do. As if to make matters worse, my head starts throbbing too. I don't have my bag, so I don't have my medicine or rent. And there's no way I'm making a break for it. Not with this many guys surrounding me. I'm fucked. Mink takes one step toward me.
ふざけんなよ。こっち来んな。
I drop back and Mink follows, closing the gap with his long strides. I can still see the man out of the corner of my eye, lying in a pool of his own blood. I don't want to end up like that. I brace myself for the impact. Then...
お前はこっちだ。
Instead of punching my lights out, Mink grabs my arm and starts walking toward the door.
あいつ制裁なし。
はあ？なんでだ？外から連れてくるやつって大体潰し目的だろ。
わかんねえ。あんなの何の役にも立たなそうなやつなのにな。
The crowd shoots piercing glares my way as we pass. I guess they're all convinced I was in for a beating. Hell, even I thought so. Mink obviously hears what they're saying, but he doesn't react in the slightest. What's going to happen to me now? I don't know, man. Just as confused. Mink takes me back to the room I woke up in.
話せよ。
Once we're inside, I shake his hand off. Mink moves away from me and takes a seat on the bed, staring at me with his unreadable eyes. I'm more than a little intimidated, but I meet his stare with a scowl. This is the kind of man who can strike without warning, without a hint of his intentions showing on his face. He has an almost eerie calm. When he looks at you, it's like he can see exactly who you are and what you're thinking. Like a predator staring down prey. That's why I know I can't show any weakness, even if that means bluffing.
あんたの目的は何なんだ？なんで俺をここに連れてきた？ばあちゃんはどこだ？
Can you just answer my question? Like, at least tell me where Granny is.
さっきのも、なんであいつ殴った？どうせあいつもあんたが命令して、俺を襲わせるように仕向けたんだろ？なのになんでだ？
あいつは違う。この部屋には誰も入るなと言ってあった。それを破った罰だ。
違うって。俺からしたらどっちだって変わんねえよ。あんたは俺をどうしたいんだ？犯されてんの見たいのか？
自覚がねえのが一番厄介だな。
は？
もう一度言うが、さっき殴ったやつは俺がけしかけたわけじゃねえ。あいつが自主的にやったことだ。
Man, I got that.
お前の声に惑わされてな。
声？
I resist the urge to ask what he means. It's true, the man was obsessed with my voice. But how does Mink know that?
だが、どんな理由だろうと、結果的にあいつは俺の命令を破った。それを許すわけにはいかねえ。それがここのルールだからだ。
Now I'm even more confused.
俺の声がどうとか、なんであんたが知ってんだよ。答えろよ。あとばあちゃんをどうしたのかも答えろ。
知らねえよ。俺の目的は最初からお前だ。
So she wasn't there when you got there?
は？
But what about Granny? I'm struggling to wrap my head around this. Hank pulls something from his coat pocket and shows it to me.
こいつはなんだ？
It's my headache medicine. I reach for it, but he pulls away.
返せ！
質問に答えろ。
ただの頭痛薬だよ。
一般に出回ってるやつじゃねえな。
ばあちゃんが薬剤師だからそれで、あとは知らねえよ。
まるでジャンキーだ。
はあ？
Ming tucks the medicine back into his coat and gets up off the bed. He opens the door and speaks a few words to someone in the hall. A few moments later, two men enter the room, dragging something behind them. They drop their cargo in the middle of the room and leave. The cargo is people. Two men dressed in black are lying face down on the floor. Looking closely, I can tell they're still breathing.
そいつらの首見てみろ。
Nix? I lean forward. Morphine's tag. And that's not all. Each has a black square beneath the wings and halo. Another tag was blacked out. I can still see part of the original pattern. Unless I'm mistaken, that's...
ドライジュース。
I lift one of the men by the shoulder to get a look at his face. I know him. He's a member of Dry Juice.
俺たちより先にお前の家にいたのがそいつらだ。大半は引き上げた後だったがな。残っていたのはその二人だ。これで分かったか？お前のばあさんと俺は関係ねえ。
でも、なんでばあちゃんが？
知らねえよ。ただ、引き上げていった連中の後は追わせた。
本当か？だったら
その前に交換条件だ。さっきも言った通り、俺の目的はお前だ。お前について確かめたいことがあってここへ連れてきたが、大体は把握した。お前は俺の言う通りに動いてもらう。その代わり、交換条件として、まずお前のめんどくせえ用事に付き合ってやる。
俺の？
ばあさんを探してやるって言ってんだよ。
How am I supposed to believe that? Uh-oh, hold on one second. Ugh, sorry about that. Ugh, gosh. My nose just loves bothering me. For all I know, this might be some kind of sick game. You already put me through hell once before. Although, that doesn't explain what happened to the dry juice guys. Blacking out the dry juice tags and putting morphines over the top. It's not something he could have put together this quickly, right?
もし俺が信じられないって言うなら、一人でばあさんを探せばいい。好きなだけな。
I hate to admit it, but I don't think I can find her on my own. If morphine really was involved, I wouldn't even know where to start.
あんたは俺が目的だって言ったけど、どうするつもりなんだよ。
それを今ここで言う必要はねえ。条件を飲むかどうかだけさっさと決めろ。
Oh, they're actually gonna make me choose? Oh, but Granny, you know what? I really don't want to agree, because I don't like agreeing to things that I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. But Granny, right? It's like, Granny is only, well, right, the only relative that he has left. Because we know his parents don't give a fuck anymore. Dang. I'm sorry, AOBA. Fine. Normally I'd want nothing to do with this guy, but I don't have a choice.
わかった。
すぐにここを出る。支度しろ。
Mink takes my pills out of his pocket and tosses them at me. I barely managed to catch the bottle. Think about taking some, then I realize what Mink said. You're leaving? But where's my bag? As Mink leaves, a colorful cockatoo flies into the room. It's carrying something in its talons. My bag!
お前の荷物だ。受け取れ。
The bird's an old mate, obviously. If I'm not mistaken, I saw it on Mink's shoulder earlier.
お前、ミンクのオールメイトか？
そうだ。
After replying, it flies back out through the door. While trying to wrap my head around Mink's surprising choice of companion, I pick up my bag and look inside. Everything's there. My coil, and my ball of dark blue fur. I don't see any damage to my coil or to Ren. First, I pull out my coil and slip it back onto my arm. A missed call notification is flashing. Oh. Damn! How many times did he call? My call history is full to bursting. Okay, there's one Mr. Haga. No, there was one from Mr. Haga. And don't forget about that. My call history is full to bursting. All the calls are from Kojaka. I quickly call him back. Or Mr. Haga. Hi.
ああ、
Being kidnapped.
ごめん。
全然連絡つかねえから心配してたんだぞ。
ちょっといろいろあって、今から帰るから、その時に詳しく話す。
わかった。今平凡にいるからそっちで。
なあ。
The sound of Kojaka's voice has brought me back to reality. Dry juice, Granny, my kidnapping, and it felt like a nightmare, but no, it was all real. And it's not over. Time to get going. I down some pills, pick up my bag, and leave the room. Once we get outside, I realize that we're in the North Quarter. Together, Mink and I head for the East Quarter. I don't know how long I was in that gloomy building, but now the sun is high in the sky. Mink leads me through the back streets like he's trying to avoid attention. I'm not sure if this is just his preference, or if he has a good reason to stay out of sight. The headache has largely subsided, but I'm still not feeling 100%, so my pace is slow and I start to lag behind. Every time he turns a corner, I worry I might lose sight of him. Nah, you don't have to. I start to feel really pathetic for some reason. Why am I so desperate to keep up with this asshole? No, I know why. I'm doing this to save Granny. I just have to remember that. We walk for a while in silence. Eventually the scenery turns familiar. We're almost at Humdrum Junk. Thought nearly brings tears to my eyes. Just as the store comes into view, a shadow falls over me.
マスター
クリア
Is he okay? He landed face first. But a second later, he jumps up and embraces me.
マスターよかった。どちらへ行かれてたのですか？
いや、
ご無事で何よりです。昨夜はマスターの声が遠くから聞こえたので心配してたんです。
俺の声が？
はい。
Last night, that's when Mink kidnapped me. Did you really hear me?
本当に聞こえたのか？
はい、本当です。マスターの声ならどんな状況下にあろうとも僕が聞き間違えるはずがありません。
そっか、そりゃどうも。
あれ？
Deer stares at me strangely for a moment, then grabs my cheek and tugs. Stop!
でもやっぱりどこか締まりがないような。なぜでしょう。マスターともあろうものがこれではいけませんね。
はお前な。
I step back to escape his grasp. That's when I notice Mink watching us. I have a sinking feeling, like I know exactly what he's thinking. Talk about awkward.
さあ、お店の中へどうぞ、マスター。
青葉
Hi.
青葉くん
Hello. Lojako and Mr. Haka's faces light up when they see me. They run up to me breathless.
大丈夫かお前。
なんとか。
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say.
よかった。安心。
おう、あの犬っころも無事なのかよ。
ここにいる。
Ren pops his head out of my back to look up at Benny, who's sitting on Kojako's shoulder.
このガスマスクがお前がどこかへ連れ去られたって大慌てで俺のところへ来てよ。最初は信じてなかったんだが、本当にお前に連絡取れなくなるし。それでお前のことを聞こうとタイさんに連絡したら、そっちも連絡取れねえし。確かコイル嫌いだったってのを思い出し。
He looks past me, scowling.
おい、そいつ。てめえ、スクラッチのヘッドだよな。
Scratch? Wait, isn't that the Rip Gang made up of escaped prisoners?
気づかなかったのかよ。
いや、スクラッチのタグアートとかあまり見たことなかったから。
Mink lets out a contemptuous snort. The building he had me in was so dark and dirty, I couldn't get a good look at anything. But thinking back, maybe I did see a tag. I recall what I know about Scratch. The fact that they have a rainbow is adorable. Adorable. Supposedly it's made up of guys, their leader busted out of prison. The police are barely functional as is, so as long as they don't make too much trouble, it's not worth rounding them up. Oh, that explains the discipline thing. Keeping hardened criminals in line can't be easy, especially not in a town like this. They need rules for the gang to function, and harsh punishments for anyone who breaks them. Benny, shut up. Benny is glaring at the cockatoo. The cockatoo turns away like he couldn't care less.
綺麗なオウムさんですね。
ですね。綺麗なオウムです。
すかしやがって嫌な野郎だぜ。
Benny!
ずいぶんやかましいな。スズメならもっと可愛く泣いたらどうだ。
てめえ、ふざけんなよこの野郎。
Then he puffs himself up into a ball. I guess he's got an especially short temper when it comes to other birds.
最悪だな。とんだゲス野郎と鉢合わせしちまった。日陰もんはおとなしく豚箱へ帰れよ。
お前に言われる筋合いはねえな。
んだと？なんでてめえが青葉と一緒にいるんだよ。青葉に何かしてみろ。ただじゃおかねえぞ。
それもお前には関係ねえだろ。
ああおい、なめてんのか
I don't like where this is going. I swear, every time Koljaku meets somebody new, he always wants to fight them. It's like, bro, can you just be civil for once?
こうじゃくくん、落ち着いて。
とりあえず中へ入ろうぜ。ここ入り口だし。
Kojaku shoots Mink another glare, which Mink meets unflinching. Great. We just got here and I'm already exhausted. Humdrum's basement has a couch and a table, which we use for informal meetings. We all gather down there. Mr. Haka seems to realize something's going on, because he heads right back upstairs after showing us down. Kojaku, Clear, Mink, and I sit on the couch.
で、さっきの話の続きだ。タエさんはどうしてんだ？連絡つかねえし、お前もこんなことになってるしよ。タエさんが超える嫌いなのは知ってる。連絡取れない理由がそれなら別に問題ねえんだが。
それが。
As I trail off, Kojaku flashes a knowing frown.
何があった？
連れてかれた。
誰に？
モルヒネだ。
Kojaku snorts at this.
はあ？おい、ふざけるのも大概にしろ。モルヒネだと？神隠しにでもあったってのか？タエさんはリブじゃねえっつの。
コジャク、俺も見たんだ。モルヒネのタグ。
マジか。
I tell him about how I arrived home to find Granny gone, and about Mink, and about those morphine dry juice members. I know mentioning that Mink kidnapped me would just add fuel to the fire, so I gloss over the details. Kojaku listens intently. Once I've finished, he lets out a small sigh and leans back into the couch.
どうにも信じらんねえな。そのモルヒネのタグってのも、もしかしたらこいつがお前を騙すために後から入れたんじゃねえのか？
Kojaku glares at Mink.
こいつら犯罪者なんだぜ。
信じねえならそれはそれで構わねえ。
ああ？なんでてめえにんなこと言われなきゃなんねんだよ。どうせろくでもねえこと考えてるんだろうが。
Sorry, I'm already in it.
この話を決めるのはお前じゃねえ。あいつだ。
Mink points to me with his pipe.
ばあさん探しを手伝ってやる代わりに、あいつにこっちの条件を飲んでもらう。
なんだそりゃ。てめえの条件ってなんだよ、おい。
お前に話す義理はねえっつっただろ。ただ、俺はばあさんがどこへ行ったか、だいたい見当がついてる。ばあさんを誘拐した奴らをチームの連中に追わせて、その報告が入ってきてる。それも。
Oh my god, I keep thinking he's finished, but he's not. I'm so sorry, guys. Kojaku turns to me. His eyes are asking, what are you gonna do? I already know the answer. I totally understand Kojaku's suspicions. It's not like I trust Mink either. But Mink is the only one with a clue where Granny might be. I don't have a choice.
コジャク、頼む。ばあちゃんを助けたいんだ。他の方法も思いつかない。力を貸してくれ。
AOBA.
Gradually, the anger fades from Kojaku's face, though there's still a fire in his eyes.
わかった。お前がそこまで言うならしょうがねえ。気は進まねえが、信じるしかねえな。
ありがとう。
構わねえよ。お前のためならな。
Kojaku shoots Mink another glare. Mink pulls out a puff of white smoke, then glances over at the stairs. At first I think he's just trying to rile Kojaku up by ignoring him, but no. His eyes are sharp, like a hawk's. Is something there?
おい。
Mink gestures at the cockatoo with his chin. Flies through the door to the stairs. There's some clattering, and the bird returns with something in his talons. Noise! Why don't you just come downstairs if you want to know what the hell's going on? Oh my god, noise.
なんだこりゃ。
It's noise.
ブロックでしょうか。
これ
The bird is holding a cube. Wait, I've seen this thing before.
ノイズだ。あいつまた。
行儀が悪いな。
You do.
またかよ。盗み聞きが趣味なんじゃねえのか、あいつ。
Yeah.
さっきドアのところで音がしたのはこれだったんですね。
知り合いか？
Not willingly.
知り合いっつうか、まあ。
情報収集に余念がないタイプか。まあまあ使えそうだな。
Mink grabs me by the arm and whispers into my ear.
巻き込め。
え？
店で勧誘の電話するのと同じだ。同じ小金を使え。
巻き込んでどうすんだよ。
頭が使えるやつがいれば有利になる。手札は多い方がいい。
Not wrong.
おい、何こそこそやってんだよ。
Mink lets me go. I sit back. I'm pretty sure Mink was talking about my voice. But getting noise on our side? Easier said than done. Will I really be able to persuade him like I do with customers? I face the cube the cockatoo is holding and take a deep breath. I'm not crazy about the idea. I don't know noise or Mink very well. But Granny's in danger. I have to give it a shot. Focusing. How does it feel when I speak to customers on the phone? I make my voice soft and low.
ノイズだよな。聞こえてるか？ちょっといろいろあって、今大変なんだ。正直、俺たちだけじゃ厳しいかもしれない。だから、力を貸してくれないか？全部終わったら、お前の望み通りにするから。
Oh, don't say that. No, he's gonna make you do...
青葉。頼む。力を貸してくれ。
Wait, his eyes change color. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, his eyes change color. Wasn't sure if it worked, but a few minutes later, Noise shows up at the humdrum junk. Ojaku, Clear, Mink, and Noise. Getting this ragtag bunch together, nothing short of a miracle, really. Ojaku isn't happy, of course, but he's just going to have to deal with it. I give Noise a brief rundown of the situation to get him up to speed.
ドライジュースってリブで一番でかいチームだろ。
なあ。
See, I was right. I knew his eyes changed color. I'm like, I know that's not his that's not his natural eye color. Huh. So what are you really, AOBA? What are you really? I need to know.
結構な人数がいたはずだよな。
See, that's what I'm
そい
saying.
つらを丸ごと持ってける場所なんてそうそうないんじゃねえの。
Like if it's actually somebody in the old residential district, they really don't have a lot of places that you can hide so many people, which means it has to be somebody inside the Platinum Jail, which I assume is Toyue Corporation. Sorry, sometimes I have trouble saying out the what is it the what's it called? Syllables, I guess. Toyue. I'm probably gonna forget later.
だよな。
うちのチームの連中にも探させてるが引っかからねえな。
僕も屋根の上から探してみましたが全然ダメでした。
人目につく場所じゃねえってことだろ。
Platinum Jail!
どういうことだ？
立ち入り禁止の区域も視野に入れる必要がある。
そういうことだ。情報収集マニアなだけあるな。
マニアじゃねえよ。
You? Mink makes a casual gesture with his pipe.
ばあさんが連れてかれた方向は北の京線だ。
京線？
確かにあの辺には使われてないビルやら倉庫やらが山ほどあるな。
調べろ。
Mink posts his pipe at Noise like a general's baton.
お前に命令される覚えはねえけど。
交換条件付きでこいつの話に乗ったんだろうが。面倒なことはとっとと片付けてえだろ、お互い。
Noise answers with a sneer, but then opens a screen on his coil and gets to work. Oh, so this coil is a cube. Huh. I know they said that people's coils take on like in different forms, like his is a watch. Obviously Noise is a cube. We literally just saw it. But so can a coil really be like anything? I mean, it can even be like a toothbrush? I mean, I don't know why somebody's coil would be a toothbrush, but I'm just saying, could it really be like anything?
つか、なんでてめえが仕切ってんだよ。
だったらお前が率先してやればいいだろうが。
He's not wrong.
ああ
Just as I'm afraid Kojak was going to launch himself at Mink, the cockatoo sitting on Mink's shoulder looks up from his preening.
ここで怒鳴り合ってもエネルギーを無駄に消費するだけだと思うが。
つかてめえが出しゃばんな。
Nobody asked you, Benny. Then he glares at the cockatoo from Kojaku's shoulder, puffing his feathers up.
オールメイトは主人に似るとはよく言ったものだな。
今なんつったてめえ、この野郎。
I guess this is Kojaku.
ピーチクパーチクうるせえな。
Cutting in, Noise turns his coil screen around so we can see it. The screen shows a map of the old residential district. There's a blinking red triangle at one end.
ここが経線だ。この辺りのネットワークにアクセスするとエラーが出る。立ち入り禁止の区域は普通ネットワークが機能してない。けどここだけエラーのデータに不自然なブランクが混じってる。つまりこれはフェイクだ。機能してないように見せかけてる。
当たりか。
かもな。この辺りはもともとゴミの処理施設だった場所だ。
数年前に閉鎖されて立ち入り禁止になったってやつだよな。
今も不法投棄が続いてゴミ捨て場になってるってとこだろ。
ばあちゃんはここに。
方向としては俺が受けた報告とほぼ一致してる。
I don't know why, but like, you know the little green thing on his headband? I thought that's like a cucumber. I think part of me is just hungry. It's not definite, but seems worth checking out.
ただもしここに大産さらった奴らがいるんだとしてもよ。この辺の道とか全然わかんないぞ。
Like, you can't tell me.
のは危険じゃねえのか?
You can't tell me it doesn't look like a cucumber.
あ、それなら僕が知ってます。
お前な、遊びじゃねえんだぞ。
わかってます。本当に知ってるんです。僕、昔よくこの辺りを散歩してたんですよ。え？何ですか皆さん。なんで静かになってしまうのですか？もしかして僕のことを疑ってるんですか？やめてくださいよもう。本当に知ってるんですよ。ちゃんと地図だってかけてしまうんですからね。
Indignant at our reaction, Clear shoves his hand into his coat pocket and pulls out a pen and paper.
サラサラサラーっと。
Clear's pen dances across the paper.
はい、できました。
It's a scary dog.
おいおい、本当に合ってるのかこの地図。
照合しろ。
Mink snatches Clear's map and tosses it at Noise.
確かに外観図とは一致してる。
じゃあ合ってるってことか。
だから言ったじゃないですか。皆さんひどいです。
まあこれで迷うこともなくなったし、あとは乗り込むだけだな。
乗り込むってもな、このメンツだろ。
Kojaka looks at the others with disgust.
よりにもよって変なのばっかり集まりやがって。どうなったんだよ。
You do realize you're also calling yourself a freak, right?
あんただって人のこと言えないだろ。
うるせえ。
俺はあんたらに協力する気はない。俺がやりやすいようにやる。
それじゃバラバラになっちまうだろうが。
場合によっちゃその方がいい。どんなに綿密な計画を立てたとしても、全員その通りに動く保証はねえ。
He's so
このメン
right.
ツに限っては特にな。
He's so right.
だからそれこそてめえが言えたことかっつうんだよ。
お前とそこのガスマスクに言ってんだよ。
んだと？
僕もですか？ひどいですよ。僕はみんなと仲良くやりたいと思ってるんですよ。
冗談は顔だけにしろよ。
Nope. I never really thought this was going to work, but this really isn't going to work. They're not even trying to work together.
おいガスマスク、話がややこしくなるからお前は黙ってろ。
そりゃあんたも同じだろ。
そんなひどいですよ。ややこしくなんかならないですよ。
お前の存在自体。
Here I am, wrecking my brain over what to do, and they're bickering like children. This isn't the time for this shit. Granny might be in serious danger. We've already figured out where we need to go. We should be on our way already. These guys. These guys. What the fuck? I immediately regret my outburst. It's not like they're going to listen to me any.
あれ？
Suddenly, the bickering stopped.
なんで？
青葉の言う通りだ。そろそろいい加減にしねえとな。
こうしてる時間がそもそも無駄だし。
とっとと行くぞ。
そうですね。そうしましょう。
The atmosphere in the room has done a complete 180. As one, the four men rise from the couch. Suddenly, they're all on the same page. Well, whatever.
よし、行こ
う。Wow. Really, what are you, AOBA? Are you? I collect myself and join them. Granny, I'm gonna save you. Mizuki and the rest of Dry Juice too. We leave the shop and head for the North Quarter. And that is my cue to stop here, actually. Oh man, wow. Okay. So we're really learning a whole lot more. Really, what is AOBA? Is he... Wait. Maybe that's why his parents didn't want to be with him? Because he's not actually human? I don't know. Okay, but something's up. I will keep that. But... Tea? Okay. That was a lot. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to process. It's like... What is going on? What is AOBA? Like, oh my god. Like, there's no way a human could have, like, feeling in their hair and be able to just command people like that with their voice. Okay. Oh man, I want to know so much more now. I want to continue. Oh my goodness. I am very invested in this story. And I also want to know, like, what the whole deal is. Like, how... Literally, how did Morphine take out such a big gang like Dry Juice? And what was Dry Juice? Well, were they Dry Juice that got beat up by Morphine? And tagged to look like they were from Morphine? Like, I want to know what happened in the house, too. Like, was Dry Juice trying to protect Granny? Or were they, like, previous Dry Juice members? And they were working for Morphine? Oh my god, there's so much I want to know. I can't wait. I can't wait to do this again. My next recording. I need to know stuff. And before I end, I will just do my quick ranking about the guys. So, there's 4 of them, right? Let's see, number 1. I'm just gonna be listing them in like terms of like how interesting I think they might be. So, 1 is Clear, because Clear is like calling AOBA master and everything like that. So I want to know the history behind all that. Next would be Noise. Because like, you know, he did the whole gang thing and whatever. So I want to know about that as well. Like, yeah, just all of that and why he's so fixated on AOBA. Then next would be, I would say Mink, because obviously he has reasons for wanting to cozy up next to AOBA, and plus he also knows about AOBA's voice, so I want to know how he knows about that. And then at the bottom is Kojaku, because you know, Kojaku is Kojaku. He's just, you know, the old friend you got. So far that is my ranking of from most interesting to least interesting. And with that, I say goodbye, guys. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in part 3. Bye!